everyone! Welcome back to the Star Lake Observatory. The doors are open today, but they're open for book club! I guess manga club. Yay! After a month off, I'm glad to say that we're back. And we read all of the Sky Island arc in One Piece. 80 plus chapters? It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But it was great! I had a good time anyway, and we'll discuss that today. My friends Dr. Toto Hex, Realm, and Paper Dawn are here today, and I will let them introduce themselves today. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Dr. Toto Hex, the smartest science turtle, and your Osho-chan. Trips, could you possibly move chat up a little bit or me left a little bit, because it's over my face.
Sorry. I moved it when I was Lego building.
There's a whole new
I don't want to
meaning
get
to
bogged.
don't read too much into it.
Oh, it isn't? It's not supposed to be there. I'm sorry.
No!
No!
There we
gotta
go.
like
Wait,
move it.
wait.
Oh yeah, you're not the
Oh
beekeeper.
no, wait, I wanted to do the hold on.
You
The
wanted to
wiggles.
bonk. Oh my
No, I
goodness.
wanted to put the wiggles.
The wiggles.
On my face. Oh.
There we go. Now it's above. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, I introduced myself.
Oh, okay, cool. I am Realm. Pleasure to meet everyone. Your local professor and fellow Nico Robin enjoyer. Happy to be back.
Oh, hell yes.
I'm gonna try to find new ways to introduce that, but Nico Robin's number one.
I'm Paper Dawn, artist. ... That's it.
Yeah.
Aren't you also a fellow Nico Robin enjoyer?
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah.
Nico Robin. I think I like Nami more, but I do like Nami.
I think at this
Like
point,
you.
Them's fighting words.
at this point, I
What?
like Nami.
Robin's cute, or not? Robin is cute. Nami's cute too, though. So, I don't know.
Dawn, did you like that Vivi was still in the little post
Yes.
chapter credits in the section page? I'm like, oh, Dawn is gonna love
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Look
No,
at
they
long
keep
flowing hair.
they keep her around. I know in the
He is
chapter in
part of it.
between things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was happy to see.
I also just bought a Robin figure today, but I can't show you guys because it's got
Oh.
spoilers.
Oh, well, later.
There was There's a
Yeah.
without saying
Next
much.
year.
There's one
Oh, no.
Robin figure. There's one Robin figure I've always wanted. That's Robin as a kid, and that's all I'll say. But I want it because of like the moment it represents in the series, and I want it so
Aw.
bad.
No spoilers. Shh. But
Well,
yeah.
I do assume that
Robin was a kid at one
child
point.
At some point. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
No, she was
You're
born as a
telling me-
hand, and then she grew into a full woman.
Oh god.
That's horrifying.
Hamster god, back to human, adult, done.
Thanks
do
for
have
the
a-
hydrate.
I do have a figure of Kid Vivi, which is cute. Kid Vivi, Kid Luffy, and Kid somebody else that I won't say, I guess.
Kid somebody with some face and some
You know.
tweet.
Gosh, okay. Yeah, we read chapters. I read it so fast because these two arcs were very action-packed.
Yeah, a lot happens.
Yeah. A lot
Yeah,
happened.
my eyes were zooming
Yeah.
to the dialogue.
Yeah, when I told you, I'm sorry that I got the date wrong. Also on the infographic, I'm going to pass it by these three before I post it next time because my eyes suck.
Look, man, like I said, diamonds are made from pressure, so I got it done.
That's true.
It it added the suspense to the fights, you know.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we read the Jaya arc and the Skypiea arc. Only two arcs, but still there's a lot, like we happened. Obviously we have to start with the Jaya arc. Which, oh my gosh, I just start.
Yeah, it feels like so long ago after Skypiea.
Just like so much happened.
I know.
So
I'll look it up. You keep going.
yeah, I have it open too. I took some well. Yeah, so Nico Robin's like, hey, I'm here now. I'm part of your crew now. Deal with it. And they just kind of, I guess Luffy's fine with it. Right?
Jaya is chapter 218 to 236. Yeah, and Robin's just kind of there.
There. Chilling.
So how do you guys feel about Robin joining the crew?
I'll let Realm go.
Oh well, it's awesome. She is, as you went along. No spoilers in this, but she plays a very passive role. In the crew, she just kind of does things her own style. That kind of reminded me of like how I like to play like certain games, certain like roguelike RPG-esque things. Like literally in my last D&D session, I played like a Sherlock Holmes that could fight. So like, I felt very kind of close to it. I liked her style of play. The crew didn't, I guess, need it, but it's a very nice welcome.
Yeah, I like having like a more mature member of the crew. It's like they're all kids, and then she's like in her like late 20s, I think, and she's just like kind of like doing her own thing, just chilling.
Yeah, I really like her role, I guess, like because by the end of Skypiea, you role is part of the crew, and I wanted someone like that for the Straw Hat, so I'm excited to see what she can uncover in further chapters.
Yeah. I do like how she's just like kind of comes in. She's like, "No, I'm gonna join you. Like, I was gonna die, but you made me live. So you're like, I'm your responsibility now."
Yeah, you can join me now. It's funny.
Luffy's like, "Okay."
All right, whatever. We're friends.
I do like how they don't all just flip their head immediately. I like how they're still like Nami and Zoro are both kind of like, "Oh, we're keeping your eye on you though." Like,
oh no, Nami gets flipped though.
Oh yeah,
they do flip pretty fast, but I like how they show like how each of them get flipped.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
like Sanji was a gimme. Like Sanji was like hot lady. Yes.
Whoa. Like,
that's true.
And then like I think she tickles Chopper, and she make Oh no, she also does a Chopper impression using Luffy, like with the hands.
Oh yeah, he's like, "I'm Chopper." Yeah, I love that moment. Yeah.
Cute.
And then suddenly Usopp is on board. And then Nami's like, "You're not gonna convince me." And she gives her money.
Right.
It's just like, "Hey, I sold these jewels from Crocodile." And she's like, "My sister." Yeah, only Zoro is like real sus of her.
Yeah, but he's a little tsundere, so I expected that.
Yeah. He sus of everyone. He doesn't even like Sanji, and Sanji's been in the crew since like East Blue.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, so they all meet and they all get along with Robin, and then Nami sees that her log pose is like pointing straight up, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think Luffy gets really excited. He's like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna go in the sky," and they're not sure if that's real or not. But I don't actually remember how, but they like find Jaya Island instead, right? So
yeah, because we read this like before the break. Yeah, there was a giant galleon that like fell out of the sky.
Yeah,
and they found a map that said like Skypiea. And they're like, "Whoa, an island in the sky." And then Nami's like, "The map might be fake though." But they're like, "Oh, we could go to a nearby island, Jaya, and ask them."
Yeah,
see,
and like right before it, there's like the giant boat with the monkey man, and they're like going scavenging.
Yeah, they're salvaging.
Yeah,
salvaging old ships to find treasure. Which is a pretty cool role in this story. We've seen pirates, but we haven't seen like people who do that before.
Yeah, and they're really the entire crew.
They're like really good at it.
Yeah,
somehow, but also really dumb at it somehow.
Yeah, works.
Yeah, and they just look like monkeys.
Simple-minded.
They don't have devil fruits. They just look like monkeys.
Like monkeys.
And they get along with Luffy very well.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a monkey to Luffy.
Yeah, like Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji go down to find that map, but then they get like eaten by the giant sea turtle that appears. But it's okay. They're fine. Like spits them out, right?
I think what it was they saw like the even giant shadows looming above, and it scared the turtle off.
And that was spooky. I was like, "Oh my gosh, big."
But then you find out later what they are.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh.
Oh, well.
It's like, man, it showed that like Oda was like planning this story out way more.
That's true. Yeah, he knew where it was going to go, which is, yeah, we've discussed that in the early days he didn't quite know.
Yeah. Definitely like Vivi, he didn't know would be a protagonist.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Robin gets an eternal pose from the scavenger ship of Jaya. So they're like, oh cool, bye.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. All right.
So they reach Jaya, and Jaya's like this like festering nest of like ne'er-do-wells of like all these like pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how they kind of show like the Blackbeard pirates. Like we don't know that the Blackbeard pirates yet,
right?
Until like later, but we kind of see them just like making trouble throughout the town. You see like Bellamy and like just murder a dude in cold blood for supposedly cheating at poker.
Yeah,
these guys are real pirates.
Mm-hmm. It's like going down to like the pub, the pirates pub. It's all like the scalawags.
Pirates don't dream.
Pirates don't dream. I was like, wow, dude. All right.
And like Nami's all like, okay, when you like you Monkey D. Luffy and you Zoro, you are not to like fight anyone here. We don't want to make a scene.
Mm-hmm.
But then they go there and then they immediately like get like insulted and laughed at by everyone for like believing there's a Sky.
Oh yeah, that was I love how they did Nami's reaction to that too. It was very realistic. I'm glad it wasn't like Nami just got like really embarrassed for believing it. I thought it was cool. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been written a different way, and she was like dragging them out or whatever. Yeah.
What did you guys think of like Luffy and Zoro just taking it from them and not saying anything?
Yeah, from all the pirates that were like taunting them, and then Bellamy like kind of like punches them and all that stuff. I really liked it because I think like, well, I don't know about Zoro, but to me, with Luffy not reacting, it reminded me of like the very beginning. Shanks just like, don't fight people that are just trying to pick a fight. It's not worth it. Or whatever. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I was like, yeah. He actually internalized knowledge and wisdom. Good job.
He did it finally.
Yeah.
He did the thing.
Yeah.
What about you, Ron?
I did not remember Shanks's wise tutelage, so I was just a little curious why they weren't like, but I knew it had some meaning, and obviously, you know, a later pirate in the same bar happens to point out why it was a good thing, even if he didn't explain it. He just knew like you won that one. So
yeah,
I liked it. It's just
yeah.
I know it was thematic. Didn't get my heart going, but you know, it was good.
But yeah, like I think I don't know if it was Oda who said this or someone. Basically, in One Piece, while there aren't a lot of character deaths, it's more about like destroying their dreams and like basically making it so that, you know, their entire like dream is like destroyed. Just like Captain Kuro and like Crocodile destroying their like ambitions. And I think Blackbeard said that Luffy and Zoro won because all of those pirates didn't have dreams. Like they've already been defeated.
Yeah.
They're not dreaming anymore.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. And I do think that's nice that Oda's like, because I know a lot of kids read this and he's like, don't give up on your dream.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Blackbeard as well? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's just like one sentence. I felt like it was like, don't engage with bullies content, which was nice.
It was bad. It was badass. I mean,
yeah, it was pretty awesome.
They did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah.
They made it feel more like an honor thing rather than just like a, you know,
right.
I don't even know, weak thing.
Yeah. What were you saying?
What did you guys think of Blackbeard? Because he shows up, and I don't know if you guys even remember, but this is the person that like Ace was looking for, and the person who like attacked Drum Island.
Yep. Yeah.
What I do remember is he really high.
He does.
And Luffy said the pie was gross.
Yeah.
And they look at each other like,
Yeah, and then Luffy's like, this drink is delicious. And he's like, this drink is gross.
Yeah. So
they're opposites.
Opposite minds.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought he would just be a one-off, but then when he's like telling them, like, oh, those guys don't mean anything, they already gave up on their, I was like, I was like, oh, is this like a really big pirate? Oh, he's gonna be big later on. I don't know how I feel yet, just anticipation, I guess.
I mean, he does later on chase after Luffy.
Yeah, he does.
Before they go to the sky.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, it's hard to get a read on him. He said some inspiring stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments in this manga. That part where he's telling them that, like, you know, a pirate's dream never dies or whatever, and there's that big long shot of them like across like the way. Oh, it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So dreams be dreams.
Yeah, in the anime they do that scene really well too, because they do a thing where it's really crowded, and then when he says that line, like the crowd like dissipates, so it's just them in like a white background, and then after he says the line, like the crowd like fades back in, and it's like, and all the noise fades back in. It's really cool.
Oh.
It's a good scene.
Do you have any?
I like this character, to be honest. Like, I know who like Blackbeard was as a historical person, but my most recent fictional representation of Blackbeard was from a game where he's like a perverted pirate. So I like this one already more, but like I understand he's scraping at the bottom of the barrel, but he's like, you know, he's a pirate for life. So, you know, he has his own ways, just not gifted with, you know, big powers or, you know, has a crazy crew. I mean, he has like, you know, his crew and they do stuff, but like.
There was that sniper guy that showed, right? It was like.
Yes.
Yeah, Van Auber.
Yeah,
and
he has his own quirky people.
Yeah, he has his own quirky people, and he has like the masked wrestler dude, Jesus Burgess.
Oh yeah.
And then there was like, I totally forgot this happened before I read this again. Is Doc Q, like the guy, the sick doctor on the sick horse, like offers Luffy an apple.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they're like bombs, and then Luffy was just really lucky to choose one that wasn't bombed.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my. But Luffy is kind of lucky.
But I don't know. I don't know like what the significance of all this is. I'll be honest.
It's just I guess just showing more pirates. I did feel like they were expanding, like, oh, there are these pirates and these pirates. Since I guess the previous arc had been like an entire nation.
Yeah. And then we meet Bellamy.
Yeah, he's the guy that does beat them up.
Yeah, he was part of that.
Yeah, he was part of that.
Harassing.
Yeah. It reminds me of like whatchamacallit, like the douchebag like YouTube stars.
From where?
The douchebag like YouTube stars. Who are, like, just
yeah,
like
I can see that.
all like dressed up in like the really like fancy clothes and all the ladies and like we're tough.
That's true, yeah. I guess he was like that. And like they're staying at like a hotel thing. I feel like like I don't know, I can't really see the Straw Hats doing, like, unless they were gifted. I don't know what they do later on. But
influencer, that's the word I'm looking for. They're like the influencer pirates, it feels like.
Influencers, yeah, I could see that.
Okay, but yeah, if you don't mind, I can go over like the plot stuff.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah. You guys can talk about how you feel. Like, okay, so like after that, they go to the other side of the island to find apparently there's some dude there who knows about the Sky Island. Or some crazy guy. And they find him, and he's Mont Blanc Cricket. And he's in the same group as the Monkey Salvagers. And they're all searching for the bottom of the sea, find this like supposed lost city of gold. Yeah. And he has like this crazy backstory of his ancestor, Mont Blanc Noland, who's supposedly this huge liar who lied about a city of gold.
Yeah.
That's good for it. Became like a children's folktale that apparently everybody knows.
Yeah. Found it interesting. This is like not actually plot related, but in the official translation, they called it El Dorado. But in all the fan translation, it was City of Gold, and I was like, well, I guess it's the same thing. But yeah,
they go back and forth.
Yeah,
it seems. Yeah.
It was all right because I knew it.
All I could think about was like the road to El Dorado.
Yeah, I wanted to watch the movie after.
I just might.
Yeah, they met like really big dude.
Yeah, and he's like living in half a house, and it's just like cardboard on the other side, or like plywood that like looks like a grand castle.
Oh, that was really.
Yeah. What was? I know he is the. Well, you figure out that like, you know, he may know of a way to be able to get to, you know, get up in the sky. They kind of figure out why he's on the island so long. I just forgot his last name.
Noland?
No, he's
Mont Blanc Cricket?
Cricket.
Oh, Cricket.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. So he is the direct descendant of Noland.
Right.
And you know, they go over the story of Noland the Liar, and they say that like, you know, because of they couldn't ever find the city, that it had to be somewhere underwater. So, you know, Cricket's just trying to find the city to prove his family, you know, aren't a bunch of liars. And this was a story from like 400 years ago. So this whole arc stretches over and covers so much history.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's neat that it's like, oh, the story, famous Nolan story, that it's like a fairy tale, but it could be real. Like, we don't know when we're reading, but there's like direct descendants. You're like, maybe it really is, and you like are hoping that this dude that genuinely helps out the Straw Hats, like, nice guy. But I guess if you were reading it at the time, when it was coming,
Usopp doesn't trust them, which is like kind of like interesting because Usopp is also like a liar character.
Yeah,
like a guy who's known to have a family of liars.
I feel like that's why he didn't. So he's like, well, I tell all these lies, so it might not be.
What's it called? I liked all the ad-libbing Nami would do with the book to like show like, oh, this is what happened when you lie for the rest of your life. So I was like, don't look at me like that.
Yeah.
I know my tale.
And yeah, it turns out that like Cricket is like, he took the Saruyama dudes under his belt.
Yeah, the monkey dudes.
They actually believe that Mont Blanc Nolan story.
Yeah, they're just huge fans of the story.
They're just big fans. And so they're all working together to try to find the treasure under the it's cute.
And they have found like gold bullion. They found like some golden statues and idols and stuff.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, so there is like, some evidence.
And then they are like, wait, okay, so here's how you can get to the Sky Island. There's like this weird current called the knock-up stream, which like shoots like a geyser up it super high, and you could perceivably use that to get up to the Sky Island. And there's like this dark cloud that like you can't see through that like never goes away and never rains. Like that probably would be where a Sky Island would be if that doesn't even exist. But you need to go get a south bird. Go get it, which is a bird that always points south, like a compass.
Yes.
So they leave to go to the forest, which is where the like, oh my god, a giant slug stuff happens.
Yes.
Throw salt on it.
It's a very interesting forest. Like they find the south bird, but the south bird is like able to tell all the creatures in the forest to like go attack the straw hats.
Yeah, the south bird just is a huge dick.
Yeah, he's just a dick. I really liked the mantis that chops down the stuff. Yeah, and the slug, of course.
Yeah. I like how Usopp, for once, is not the one who was afraid. He's not afraid of the bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Nami are like, ew, no.
That
was cute,
I
yeah.
love spiders. It's like, ew. Yeah. It was...
While they're away, the monkey bros get beat up by Bellamy.
Yeah, because Bellamy, the other side of the island, has...
Yeah.
Up. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what a jerk. Why did you beat them up?
What a dick. Yeah. Bellamy the hyena.
Mm-hmm.
Big bad pirate man.
And it's finally Robin who's able to catch the south bird because she just like sprouts arms from it as long as she can see it. She can sprout arms from it.
Yeah, I will say this. I think I finally got used to Robin's power, Skypiea. It's the Sky Island arc in general because it was kind of freaking.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, she can make arms. Cool.
Arms going everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that must take a lot of effort to draw though. Like some places, like there's like a dozen arms. Like, oh my goodness.
It's really intense. I do. Oh, they go, like the Bellamy's crew return back to the town, and one of the finds out that like Luffy's bounty has been created to like, is it 100 million belly?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh man, that dude is way scarier than you thought, Bellamy. But Bellamy just
Bellamy's like, fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
Yeah.
Jerk.
And I quote, fake news.
Yeah.
He's like, people make fake bounties all the time, so it's like probably not even real, just to like act tough.
Mm-hmm.
And then like while the others are fixing up the Going Merry to have like wings to like be able to fly up, Luffy walks over along the shore to go find Bellamy and get the gold back.
Love chicken gum.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about the fight scene. Bellamy versus Luffy.
There wasn't much of a fight.
No.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
I love, oh my god, it's so cool. Like the way that whole fight goes by. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, they're all like laughing at him and like he just says nothing.
Yeah. And at some point he's like, do you even know how to throw a punch? It's like,
yeah. He's like talking all this shit, and then he has the power of the spring fruit, so he can turn his legs into springs.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Luffy's rubber power a bit. And he just like is like bouncing all around like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luffy just doesn't even use his devil root power. He just takes like one swing straight down and like knocks him out cold. It's so good. It's so good.
I was like, damn.
so satisfying.
It was very satisfying.
It was the start of, at least for the Sky Island Saga, one of many, many, many like large panels that were just like, oh, damn. He's really going for it.
Such a good panel. Yeah, I was telling them off stream, like, I teared up looking at that panel. It was like exam week for my school. So I was at the school because I'm a teacher. And I was reading One Piece after everyone was done with their exams. And I was trying not to tear up in front of the kids just reading One Piece. It's like, oh, it's so good. It's because he's fighting for his friends. He wants to help his friends' dreams.
Yeah, he wants to help his friends' dreams. Also, Luffy powerful and has no dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got stuff rocked.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And yeah, it was pretty much a pushover after that.
Yeah.
He was done, and everybody was like, "Oh God!"
Everybody was like, "Oh, Bellamy, get up, man! Like you're kidding, right?"
His bro Sarquis is just like, "You're joking, right?"
I love how right after that too, the wanted poster like blows in his face, and he's like, "Oh my God!"
He's like, "Oh shit!" He pisses himself and runs away.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying. That's the kind of stuff that like inevitably, as One Piece will like, as Luffy gets, more powerful. It's like, is that something that like, and I'm not even saying this is a spoiler, like I don't even particularly know, is that something that would get lost in the future because it's like this underdog story where everyone's like underestimating Luffy? By the time he's worth like bajillion trillion belly and everyone knows who he is like that, is that going to be gone? Like, it's like I'm curious. It's like it's interesting. Yeah, I'm curious because it's like that's such a good element of the story so far. This underdog, everyone's like underestimating Luffy. He's just this rubber guy, but then he's like, oh no, he's actually also a maniac. So you better watch out.
You better watch out. He's also really strong. You just can't tell because Gumby.
Gumby. Yeah. Oh yeah, we also watched some One Piece movies during.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Break.
Oh,
And
yes.
Peps was very surprised by some stuff about Luffy. Yeah, you were surprised how jiggly he was.
Yeah, so
oh my God, I remember the jiggle.
Yeah, I've been surprised because I had seen One Piece when I was like a kid, like maybe like 11, and I hadn't seen any animated One Piece since then. So I was surprised at how wiggly he is because he doesn't wiggle in the manga.
It's true, yeah.
It does make
I like the noise he always makes when he does like gum powers and stuff in the anime. It's really cute.
I really liked, the sound effects really made it. Yeah. It's great.
You think Bellamy ever just wakes up in the night dreaming about this moment in his nightmares?
Probably.
Is he even alive after this?
Does it even matter?
He had like a fist imprint in his skull.
Yeah.
Or like Sarquis, his like second in command. Do you think he like ever like checks the news and sees like Luffy now?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like
bajillion bounty, and he's like, "Oh my God, why did we even pick a fight with that dude?"
Yeah.
I should have put bets on him or something.
Oh God. Yeah, I did really like. I mean, more than anything, this scene just shows like Luffy is more powerful than a lot of pirates now. It's great, but it has all the emotional impact to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, like he beat Crocodile. It's just no one knows that he beat Crocodile.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah,
the government covered it up.
I was gonna say they're covering it up, right?
Yeah, because the government doesn't want them to know that like some other pirate was strong enough to beat this Chichibu guy. 7 more going to the sea.
Crazy. Yeah, Luffy retrieves the gold, takes it back. He gets back to the other side of the island just before they to go get to the knockup stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they all get knocked up, just
God.
like my fan fiction.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
The plot thickens, one might say.
Okay, now they get shot up into the sky from a whirlpool to the gigantic knockup stream that goes up. And like Blackbeard and his crew are like chasing after them on their like shitty little raft boat.
Yeah,
that boat's cool. It's like a big boat that's supposed to look like a raft boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was neat, but it got destroyed.
I know, yeah.
So...
Or Blackbeard.
Yeah, and there's like a scene of the Ichibukai discussing what to do now that Crocodile's like out of commission.
Yeah, was that here? Yeah.
Yeah, it happens right before they go to the sky.
So you guys see some of the new Shichibukais. What do you guys think of the new Shichibukais introduced here?
I don't have too many, but my main have really...
Yeah, we meet Bartholomew Kuma,
Yeah.
who looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger if he was cosplaying as a little teddy bear.
Yes.
We meet
Weird.
Don Quixote do Flamingo.
Yeah.
Who is like the most fabulous looking motherfucker.
I love his design.
Yeah,
I've obviously I've seen him around like just generally, but he's cool.
Yeah, I do like.
Yeah, and then we meet we re-meet Mihawk, Dracul Mihawk.
Yeah, I had forgotten that he was supposed to show up to those types of meetings.
Yeah.
I totally
I forgot he was a warlord, actually. I was like,
he's
oh,
part
yeah.
of that, huh?
Or is he a warlord? I don't even know if he's
a warlord. He is a warlord, yeah.
Okay.
So we met four of them now, including Crocodile, who is no longer a warlord, so we need to find someone to replace him.
Yeah. Right, one second,
guys. Six is a bad number. We need 7.
Second. Lunar, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We are talking about One Piece and the Sky Island arc, so if you are raiding one, spoilers will be warned. Well, we're not that far into it.
Warren's been given.
But welcome. Thank you very much. I hope you had a wonderful stream.
It's always funny to think like we're not that far like in One Piece, but it's like we are 300 chapters in. Like most manga don't even get that far.
Yeah, true.
Darn shame. I look for mangas every day.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about in the long run. It's like, oh my god, this series is so long.
Yeah, it's true. Go feel better, Lunar. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good.
See. And yeah, the shows up.
Yeah.
He that's the name. Blackbeard. Nobody knows about him?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's kind of like, maybe my friend should be class president.
I elect.
Please elect.
Please elect my friend.
Yeah. What do you think their powers are? We've got Bartholomew Kuma and Don Quixote do Flamingo.
I know,
if they
unfortunately,
have powers.
but they do like we kind of foreshadow like things about them in this chapter, which was crazy. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know they even teased that like so early.
Yeah, that's later though. That's like.
Yeah, I only know it from like just zeitgeist stuff, like just seeing it online and like friends reading it and stuff.
The Roman trip. What do you guys think? I guess Realm, since Trip is doing some title, I think.
Yeah, well, my only thing I like know 2% of about these people, not their powers, but I know that they come up later in the story. That's just it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, since you mentioned the bear, I'm gonna say he does something with like some things in the shape of a bear. Perhaps like. I don't know. At least he kind of reminds me of like a Boy Scout dressed up as a bear. A little bit, you know, because like some like a Cub Scout. So I'm thinking something with like paws. Maybe he has like I don't know. Maybe he has powers to manipulate attacks based off of I don't know animals.
Bears they've seen in their life.
Bears. And he could...
I think that's my only guess.
Yeah. And Doflamingo, we see him do stuff later, but they don't really specify what's happening.
Yeah, it's
what
just like
that?
doing something.
Doing something.
I want to see exactly what they show.
They show like he's like punishing Bellamy because Bellamy was supposed to be under him. Yeah. And they make Sarquis, the second in command, dude, like slash up Bellamy with his sword.
Oh yes.
You know that is true. They both have the stereotypical like Ryuji from Persona, like rebellious delinquent, bleached hair.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So character. He has a lot of bad stuff. I mean, they do show his little like I took a picture of his pamphlet. He is a warlord of the sea, and he has like a 340 million berry bounty. So he's a big dude.
Yeah, I think. Honest, I was very distracted by the dude boat. The captain. So I was like, they're super flashy, but I was like, we'll see them later. Goat.
Goat. Oh, goat.
And this is also when you see Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you meet Whitebeard for the first time. And I think some dude from Shanks is like, dude, Whitebeard, you gotta talk with Shanks.
Yeah.
Walker's like, no, Shanks can come see me himself.
Is this the first time we've seen Shanks before, like after a backstory?
I think so.
We saw him. Well, we didn't see his full face. Like after Logetown, they show where he is, but I don't know if they show his face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just thinking. I think when I was reading through it, there was a chapter thing at the end where they showed the popularity contest. And I was like, Shanks is, I don't know, maybe within the top 10, maybe just outside top 10. I'm like, he doesn't even show up. What do you mean he's popular? And then he literally shows up a few chapters later. I'm like, oh my god.
He's just that,
wasn't it?
He's just that cool.
Is that cool?
I know.
I love it.
Really cool.
I don't know. I think it's in the dub. They dub it like this when he in that flashback when he loses his arm. He's like, "It's okay, I have another one." And I'm like, "That's such a raw line."
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that he like. Top.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, it's still crazy. Like, we haven't seen him do anything outside of the first chapter.
No, he was like, "Oh, I guess we have to go meet Whitebeard, right?" And that's it. and Whitebeard hooked up to all of like the IVs with the ladies with leopard print boots. Like, why are they wearing that?
Oh yeah, I like how Oda like points that out at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Oda does point it out.
Yeah, he puts it on one of like the things.
So what do you guys think of Whitebeard? Because you've seen the memes. Because they're unavoidable.
We're very intimately familiar with Whitebeard.
I'm worried for him. Why is he hooked up to all of those things? What's wrong with him? But that, like, I don't know. Okay. I don't know much else.
Okay. Enough stalling. Let's talk about Sky Island. So they go up the knockoff stream. Nami saves them because if they didn't have Nami, they wouldn't be able to navigate up this like vertical stream of water all the way up into the clouds.
Oh yeah.
And then they finally reach like a solid-ish area in the clouds.
And they're sailing on clouds. I don't know. I didn't really know if they were gonna go to the sky until it was actually happening, and I was like, okay then, I guess we can sail on the sky.
Wait, even after like the ship fell from the sky?
When the ship fell from the sky, I was imagining something different, but it was just from my own imagination. I was imagining like flying ships, but not actually like lands above the sky.
Oh, like sky ships.
Yeah,
like
sky ships.
Airships. Yeah. Oh, that would have been cool too. I mean, there is a flying ship.
There is a flying ship. Yeah, that's what I thought Skypiea was going to be more like. We're flying ships, not we're literally in the air, sailing among the clouds. But I was pleasantly surprised. Really cool.
Yeah, they're like sailing around and they reach like a cloud waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
And it passed through like the old lady is like, bitch, you gotta pay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her name was like a couple Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Like, why? Okay. But she just lets them go anyway. She's like, you gotta pay. Okay, bye.
Yeah, she's like, well, you'll pay in another way.
Yeah. And it's like, she didn't even tell them that. She didn't warn them or anything. She's just like...
Oh, she didn't? Oh.
Just being a huge, like, jerk about it.
Yeah, because, like, we're going anyway, and she's like, okay. Bye.
And then they reach Angel Beach.
Yeah, before that, though, like, as soon as they get to Sky Island, they get, like, attacked by a dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, a dude in a mask. They're saved by a knight in shining armor.
Yeah, Gunfall. Or
Gunfall.
The Sky Knight.
And
pay me 5 million, whatever my currency is.
Yeah.
Here, the bird horde.
And then,
yes.
Okay, I didn't notice this like the first time I read it, or even the second time I read it, but Gunfall says some really interesting things. Because he says, wait, you didn't come up like a certain mountain path? Apparently there's a way to get to Skypiea from a mountain path?
Yeah.
And then he was like, you didn't go island hopping? So that kind of alludes to there's other Sky Islands that exist that you can hop from island to island. Which like you find out later too, because Enel's from another island. And then like, whoa, like there's other, like, are they going to come back to Skypiea someday from another way?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I wonder.
Yeah,
like, I'm saying this, I actually don't know. Even after knowing all the spoilers, like, I don't know.
They don't really get into it. I was like, how are they going to get off of here? And you know how. But I was like, will they go down the mountain road at the time? Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they
show... gives them a whistle, right?
Yeah, he gives them a whistle, like, call for me and I'll save you. Goes... Oh, go ahead.
I was saying they immediately want to blow it again.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, he's cool. And then Nami's the only one who talks sense into them, and it's just like I feel like Nami is the one who would talk sense to them, and Robin's the one who would like know what is the correct thing to do, but is too amused by what would happen if she just lets them do the silly stuff.
She's in it for the ride.
It's true.
Yeah, she's a cool mom.
I did like that Robin was like, I knew that she knew that they were saying was stupid, but she's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just go along. So yeah, then they reach it.
Then they reach Angel Beach, and they meet Jaya and Konas. And cute little fox.
Oh yeah.
The fox's name.
It goes like Susu or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cute. Yeah, I liked this like alternative human race where they all have weird like antennas sticking out of their head.
Is that a slug in the corner?
Yeah, right.
Whoa. They look so cool coming in.
Yeah. And we learn about like, it's really cool how they teach us about like new technology here too. With, like how like the different clouds work. Like there's some are solid, some are not. And also like the different dials.
Dials are.
They went very in depth about the dials. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first instance of something like that in One Piece too. It's been pretty like fantasy-esque in terms of sort of technology. So this is like something that can record things and like take pictures. Like, has there been a like?
There's been the Mushis. There's been the snail.
What was that?
That like the snails that like.
Snails. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they haven't had like a photo, like a camera, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Reading it, there would be like a style photo, but just said photo based on translation. But either way, you know what it is. I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, like there were so many different kinds of dials, and some of them I really didn't understand. But all I know is
you just like store stuff in it.
Yeah, you just store stuff in it. They're seashells.
Yeah.
And then wonder.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I wonder if that's like really. I don't know. Like dials themselves are rarer find on Sky Island, since like where would they?
True.
They probably don't touch.
Well, there were creatures that lived in the cloud ocean, right?
Yeah, I think the lore is they're like they're from animals that live in the cloud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're
they're
right.
Still
like,
rare, but
yeah, especially like certain types are rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you find out that there is only one area of Skypiea that has like actual land, and then everything else is clouds. So like everyone treats that as like the holy land.
Yeah.
And Nami gets a waiver and goes over there, and they're like, "No, wait, don't go there."
Yeah.
After she leaves,
it's like Luffy tries to ride the waiver and he just falls off.
yeah.
And he's mad at Nami for being able to do it immediately.
Yeah, he's such a little brat.
Yeah, he's such a brat. He's like, I hope you fall.
Sanji like calls him out.
Yeah.
Your own captain.
Yeah, she finds but it's called the Upper Yarn. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's mildly traumatizing. Running off of the opening of that land, I guess. Like killed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the electricity. Yeah.
By electricity, yeah.
And there's also like the priests there.
Yeah,
Well,
the priest.
We meet later.
I'm second guessing that electricity did anything. Like, so I forgot. Like, it's just like it feels like so many people survived such intense shit in this arc.
No, well, okay, I feel like Enna lies about how many volts he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He straight up lies.
Like a quarter of those would kill you instant. Not even a quarter of those.
A million bajillion volts.
Yeah, like one millionth of that would
survive.
kill you instantly.
Right, he's like over talking his.
That would be a really cute detail if they ever brought that up. Be like, I think Enno wasn't telling the truth because like that hurt, but like I don't know, about 1,000,000 volts hurt.
Yeah, like okay, did anyone actually die from Enno's attacks though?
I don't know, because that was something that I was just like, I was just finishing this up a little bit ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that when we get there, but it's just like so many people survive. It's like, I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's just kind of him though, because he thinks he's like the bestest ever, but not actually that powerful.
Yeah, maybe everyone who is a named character just gets instant defense.
Yeah,
The attack.
That's
like
true.
not named characters still die.
Yeah, like whoever that guy was that they needed to establish Enno's power for.
Yeah.
He's
that
he's a worthy sacrifice. We need to make sure the antagonist looks intimidating.
Oh god.
Also, like when Nami comes back from Upper Yard after seeing the traumatic events that happened there, they're like, "Oh no, the police are here and they want us to pay the toll."
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh no, we should pay it." And they're like, "Yeah, it's like 500,000 berries each." And she's like, "Hell no!" And then she like crashes the waiver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hits him in the face. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
Sanji making like lunches for the old guy.
Yeah.
Pagaya. It was just cute. Like tries. Like it's really weird. Sky Island food was weird, but it was just bad.
The rare not insufferable Sanji moments, like when he's being like an actual human being.
It's true, because after that, there were some moments in.
I forgot how one note they write Sanji sometimes. Like,
he's like being a perv is just like really bad.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, because they could do something really cool with it where you expect it. So when he shows like actual humanity for like anybody who isn't Nami, it's like kind of heartwarming. But they always make a joke out of it. It's always like he's like, I don't care about you, Usopp. It's only Nami, and it's like, oh, that's funny. Like,
I think
are we over
like
this?
The joke is supposed to be he's cool all the time, and then he's like terrible when it comes to women. He's just awful.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be the joke, but I just don't find it funny.
Yeah, it doesn't land.
That's like the worst part of Sanji.
It's like, for lack of better terms, it just makes him like too simpy. Like I just don't like it. It's like just not fun to watch.
He clearly does care about like Usopp because he goes back and saves Usopp too.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the joke just doesn't land.
Realm, how do you feel about all this stuff? You've been quiet. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I like the setup. I was a fan. I loved all the new tech. I liked all the placement of, you know, like, once it comes all together, you're like, oh, I can see what you're trying to do. So, I appreciate all the little odds and ends. Everything sort of came back. You're like, oh, I guess we did have to pay a toll. Oh, I guess we have to do this. Oh, I guess this is an important person. Oh. It wasn't like I wasn't waiting a long time for a payoff. Which I know, but I know for a fact you guys said all this stuff, like, but for the most part, it circles back way later on, and if you're very dedicated, you'll understand it. But right now, I'm not waiting that long, so I can appreciate it.
Yeah,
now.
it's cool. He's good at world building.
It's like a whole new world here. Oh, hey, Derek.
Whoa.
Derek, the hydrate.
What are you guys drinking tonight?
Water.
Agua.
Same.
Nice.
I have a fancy water bottle that has a filter in its straw because I have to always filter my water. So it makes it so I've been drinking a lot more water.
Awesome.
Is it the Brita brand one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I had that one in college because, like, where I went to school, the water was just like so mineral-y.
Yeah, the water here is the worst. It's like, I swear, it's like an off, like, clear color when we pour it into a glass, like this the tap water. So
I wonder why we want filtration so much. Imagine that.
Yeah.
But you know what was clear? The nice town that they went into.
Oh yeah.
Was that Angel Island, or was that?
Yeah.
The town does look really cool. I like that they go to Lovely Street. It's just playing up like the angel.
Yeah, it's like they went into heaven.
Angel Island just reminds me of Sonic.
Oh yeah.
And then we get a whole plot about colonialism and imperialism and like the problems with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot how like kind of politically on the nose that was. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, this is way more
Well, okay. It was like they talked about like a lot of stuff, but in the end, it's not like he really took a side on it.
No,
like,
he didn't.
Both sides have like legitimate points. Like,
yeah.
Hey, the people living here now are not the same people who actually colonialized you.
Yeah, it's
At the
also
same time, like it's not right for them to take the land from you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely seemed like, you know, Oda knew like this was bad thing. Like we're not like encouraging people to like start, you know, pillaging other cultures. Because, you know, a lot of the characters were apologetic about it near the end.
Yeah. Okay, so do you guys want to talk about what happens next? I actually don't remember exactly the order of things here.
Kanas, I feel like, leads them through the town and takes them like to rent a boat because they need to go to Upper Yard to go. Because oh gosh, wait, something happens before that. They start evacuating to the boat, right? Because they're being told that they need to Angel. And like half of them get onto the boat, and Usopp, Luffy, and Sanji aren't on the boat. The boat gets like taken away
by a sky lobster.
Yeah, by a sky lobster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot they're not on the boat. That's like their weird arbitrary reason for splitting them up at that point. I was like, huh, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, they Luffy, Usopp, and Sanji have to go and rent a boat to get to the Upper Yard, which I kind of liked that split up because Sanji being not with a few girls is better for his character.
I also do like how when they do split up, you always see like different character dynamics. It's always split up a different way.
That's true. It's never the same.
Mm-hmm.
So they go and they don't have too much trouble while they get to like. Also, the water is weird and it's like a windy in the air Luffy roller coaster kind of thing.
I love that. I love that visual. It was really cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty. So the reason they had to go like up and around and through the whole bend to go get them back was this is like their punishment for not paying the tolls at the beginning, and that this is like heavenly punishment. So there's gonna be like a lot of themes of like heaven, gods, you know, divine, so on and so forth. For the roads, they explain it that they're all made using called like stuff like the milk dial. So I forgot how they I forgot how they put it together, but it's just a dial that can make roads.
Yeah, I think it's assumed that like they put clouds into the milky dials and then they just spray the out clouds. Spray can, but it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
Something about like the cubes of cloud that they like cut to make like buildings was like so satisfying to see. I don't know why.
Yeah, like little tofu blocks.
It's cool. Something about it was very like the cloud ocean too. Is just like felt like a marshmallow. It was very satisfying.
Yeah, and then like earlier there was something where Pagaya was trying to explain it and like, oh yes, volcanic ash goes up into the sky and forms pyro glowing, and that forms solid clouds. And then like Luffy's like, I understand. Like, you don't understand.
I don't.
Yeah, I love Oda definitely tries to put like a little science behind some things, but whenever he like explains it, I'm like, yeah, this is
not quite how
it's.
Hey, it's better than JoJo's. JoJo's science is like, that is definitely not how that works.
Oops, sorry, I forgot about that. Whoop.
I feel like animes do that a lot, actually. They always try to justify some kind of ridiculous concept they've made, and it's always based on fake science.
Yeah.
Sure. Better than nothing, I guess. Is it though? Actually, no. I think about it. Is it better than nothing? I don't know.
It's sometimes I'm like, I'll just let it be, but at the same.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't have to explain that.
Yeah,
like you probably could have left it at like there's hard clouds and soft clouds. I'd be like, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, heard it.
This dude's stretching his arms really far already. It's like I don't need this.
Yeah. Dude, the world is crazy.
Understands
you don't have to justify anything to me, really.
Right? Could you imagine one person just said, well, I don't know how that works, and he spends like the next like 2 weeks devising cloud physics.
No, I feel like that's probably why though. Like, because in the Ask Odia in the SBS sections, they're always asking like the most random things, like how does this work? How does this work? How does this work?
Probably is like a paranoia of like, oh, if I don't explain this, people are gonna be like confused, or it's gonna like, you know, people are gonna lose interest or something. It's just like,
okay, so you guys don't ask me in the SBS, they make pyro glowing, and that's how it works, and no one understands it. So there.
Yeah, like a similar comparison, just weird. There's a video game series I really like called Zero Escape, and I can always tell the creator is really paranoid whenever he comes up with a crazy concept, because he spends like an hour explaining it and like justifying it, and it's awesome. I love it. Like I love hearing his spiels that he writes about these concepts, but I can always tell it's like rooted in some kind of paranoia. Like he's like, well, I don't want people to be confused.
Yeah.
But when I am wrong, the day is doomed. So it must always be right.
So they reach Upper Yard in different places.
Yeah.
The ship is put onto like a big altar that's supposed to be sacrificed to the god.
Oh,
but then like they just gotta leave the boat and leave Chopper on it to guard it, and then like was it now or was it later that like Zoro was like, oh yeah, it's in the right eye of the skull, so I'm gonna go right.
Well, no, is that?
I think that's later.
No, that's later, because I don't think this is. Because I don't think they've discovered that the whole thing was Jaya yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, almost.
So before they like were on the ship and then ventured off, they're still traveling, trying to get to I don't know, wherever the end of the road is, and they come across the challenges first.
Oh,
so they're led
that's
to
the
the
other
upper yard.
That's the other party, yeah. But like Luffy, Usopp, and Sachi.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the challenges. So. Iron, string, swamp, and ball.
Right. It's like, what? And
that was such a funny, realistic detail that they chose ball. It's like exactly what I think most people would do. Just be like, that kind of sounds like fine compared to the others. Let's choose that one.
Yeah. Luffy's like that one. It sounds fun. Oh. But it's weird. The balls are weird.
Oh yeah, they all have something. It's like a little gashapon. They all have something different in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all like weird. They're not balls, but he says there's like the big round dude who's also a ball. One of the 4 extra priests of the god.
Like the 4 high priests or whatever.
Yeah, the high priests. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word high. Just like extra. Yeah, and he can manipulate the cloud balls that are floating around, and like you poke them, they may explode, but flowers and sometimes they have birds or snakes.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
There's a lot going on, but it was fun.
There was that one panel that I totally forgot about where like 4 balls come straight at Usopp, and he's like, "Oh no, all 4!" And then they like go in a line, and birds pop, and they're just like, "Ah."
They just start pecking out.
It's so good.
It's really funny.
Yeah, I think I mentioned this the last time we were reading it, but I'm always impressed with how fast Oda can write a joke. Like that is 2 panels. Like all you need is a single panel of all the birds doing different tones, and then the next panel is him just getting pecked on by the birds, and it's like, wow, that
they were
is so
singing
good.
different tones, like in your imagination, just from the drawing.
Yeah, he made them all kind of like their mouths were open slightly bigger than the last one. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really good. They also introduced mantra now, like the high priest's ability to like.
Oh yeah, to sense things.
They can sense people, basically.
Yeah, what do you guys think of that power?
It was if I'm being 100% honest, it feels the kind of like convenient plot thing to have, because it's like part of like, you know, Eneru's omnipotence kind of ability, because they like establish another character has it later, but it's not really used that much. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. And then later they establish another rule to the power, because they have to establish that Eneru can hear people, which is like separated from the mantra. And I was like, why did they just make it?
I think that is mantra, or like it's mantra, but then he uses like his electric signals to hear them.
Oh, is that how it is?
Radio wave like thing.
Yeah.
Well, he said he can use the mantra, but later on he developed the ability to use electrical waves to listen in on conversations.
Yeah, so it's like advanced mantra.
Yeah, it's like, it's interesting, but there wasn't a lot of explanation on like if it's like a born thing. I thought it was like something that he learned, but then there was that little girl who knew it, and I was like, oh, is it something a power people are born with? I don't know if they explained that thoroughly.
I'm just curious what you guys think, because it's the like only power system we've had so far besides just like devil fruit powers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was hoping that they would explain that it was like ability born with that little girl has the. If it is, then that's pretty cool. But yeah, they don't use it a ton except to like progress the plot instead of just showing like a fight.
Yeah.
More or less, like they do use it in the fight sometimes, but I felt like it didn't have as much weight as I
think it'd be cool if it comes up again.
Yeah.
But it felt, in the moment, it felt like it was something to make Anno more powerful. Just like,
right,
you know,
I mean,
works
like,
with his ability.
Because like Satori, the ball dude, does use it, and then he still gets caught when he isn't focusing, and then like they like.
Oh yeah.
Like
no, okay.
he gets knocked out by Sanji doing like a little spinny kick.
Yeah, I think he was the one where he explained that he was taught it. So I assumed that it was something. There's like another. Actually, I don't remember how that works. I won't even say that. It might be spoilers. But like it's like I think you taught it. So I was confused on why the little girl knew it, and she was like almost like it was like a problem for her. Like she kept hearing the voices whether she wanted to or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is just weird. I don't know, it was a little confusing.
Right.
But it made Enel more intimidating.
I didn't think they would never like. I was hoping to explain it at some point. So my theory at the beginning was, well, for one, mantra by itself, I agree with Dawn that I thought it was just a cop out, sort of like the token. Oh, this is an upgrade. This is a new level. Like this is something the heroes have to get through. But if I were to theorize it, I was thinking that it had to do with something about the air, because the air was thinner.
Oh, and they made a point of that too.
So I was thinking that the senses may have been tuned to be more sensitive. So I never really got touched upon much besides, oh, this person can do it. This person can do it more. This god can do it and reach a lot of places.
Yeah, the little girl having it threw me off, but I guess we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree. After, I guess, it's like a long battle, I guess, with Luffy, Sanji, and Usopp versus the
ball man. Yeah.
Cloud ball.
Oh, I like how Usopp's new invention with the rope.
Yeah, the grappling hook rope.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
I love
In the
that.
anime, he does the whole like George of the Jungle, like
Oh, they say that they do that so much in this. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was doing George of the Jungle calls.
And he's like doing. He goes like Usopp,
It was really good.
And then he like swings to the boat, and like Luffy and Sanji are like, yes, he got to the boat. And then he got detached from it, and he just swings back the other way and hits a ball.
Yeah, he forgot to create a detachment for it.
Yeah.
This was like, I loved Usopp in this arc. It's like I forgot how likable Usopp is. He's like he's so vital to this manga.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
He's so funny, but his reactions are also like normal. You know?
He's and also it's like, oh, that was a hot take. I shouldn't even say that. But he's kind of cool. Like I just kind of like I like his design a lot. And I don't know. He's just a really cool character. I like Usopp.
Let's go.
I think also like, smart. Like he can invent all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really handy. He's really resourceful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just really balances out the crew really well. I think the
people who don't like Usopp are the people who like only like the strong shonen cool guys, you know?
Like the like who's stronger, Goku or Luffy?
Usopp is the weaker one, so he's not cool.
But can they beat Goku? Can they beat
that's such a disservice because Oda does such a good job writing Usopp and Nami to be cool. And it's like, I feel like if you're not appreciating that, you're missing a huge part of his character writing, because it's like they're trying so hard to be like, even if these people are weak, look at the crazy shit they're going through. Like you would not be able to be like these people, like they're infected
deal with
by
like Luffy and like Sanji and like Zora.
Yeah, it's cool because it's like almost like they're infected with like Luffy's like crazy bug too. Like in the moments that matter, they're still like, getting up and fighting. It's like, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like they don't have devil fruits. They don't have any fighting experience. Yeah. They're just like
Usopp's just a dude.
Yeah.
Dude with a big dream.
Yeah, and a slingshot and a Usopp. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess since you mentioned Nami, this entire arc made me, I don't know, really happy about Oda's writing, I guess, because just thinking about other shonen manga characters just sidelined, and Nami and Robin are really cool and do like really cool stuff.
That was like you were saying earlier, like, oh, how much you love Robin or whatever, but I don't know, this arc really sold me on Nami. I was like, oh, Nami is like, especially towards the end, I'm like, oh, She's so cool. Like she really is such a good, well-written like female character. Because it is true that like the Sanji Zoro Luffy dynamic is very common in shonen. You have like the 3 top guy characters that always get the spotlight. I feel, it's like the Goku, Vegeta, Gohan dynamic kind of thing.
Or like the Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura dynamic.
Yeah. And I feel like that the girl characters always do tend to get sidelined. And so it's cool to see, even if she's not super powerful, just, oh my god, she's always there. She's always in the big moments, which I appreciate a lot.
I had a bonk Sayo in the chat. Bonk.
About how you use the big schnoz, Rel.
Absolutely. Utility player, man.
Oh.
Yeah, as a cartoonist, I'm a big like advocate for like wacky designs like Usopp, and it's really cool that they're able to write him to be really cool while still looking wacky and interesting.
Yeah, that's something we were talking about earlier too. Like the like shot composition and the poses, like Luffy like beating up Bellamy, even though they're like such goofy character designs, you can tell like the way he draws art, he is incredibly skilled. Poses and
it's just master class. It really is just like the best of everything. It's so cool.
Honestly, if the style was like more realistic, like I don't think he would be able to cover such like heavy topics without it feeling like a really heavy manga.
Yeah, no, and I'm a big believer also as a cartoonist that like the more exaggerated you're able to go, the more you'll take a more exaggerated cry seriously or something like that. So he's able to be really overexpressive, but at that point you're already invested to a point where you don't see that as silly. You see it as like part of like the normal established manga style.
You are really crying until the snot is coming out of your nose.
Exactly. So, but that's what makes it so powerful. It's so good. Yeah, it's like part of why this series I feel is so successful. Is like I think Oda's art is just it's something else. It's really good. I didn't realize how much I appreciate it until reading with you guys.
And it's like relatable even to people who don't usually read manga, because it's not really always a manga style. It's just like very human.
Oh yeah, and he definitely takes a lot of. I mean, the George of the Jungle joke. I doubt that's something that's super commonly joked in like in like cultural zeitgeist in Japan. So you can tell he takes a lot of inspiration. Or I know a lot of characters he's inspired by American actors, which is cool too.
Well, some like later characters you'll see are just literally like their faces look like Japanese actors.
Yeah. I think that's cool though, because it's like it means he's not just like. It's not just a manga for manga enjoyers. It's a manga for everybody, which is why, again, probably why it's so successful. It's hard to like, it's like it's funny to be praising it so much. It's like, well, it's done pretty well, so like obviously people see it. I feel like I'm used to like shilling for underrated things.
Where were we in the story?
I got sidetracked.
Got past the trial of Ball. That's all good.
They're all good now, and they're going on, and they got back on the boat.
So you should be seeing Chopper.
Yeah, Chopper
Nami,
fighting.
And Zoro hanging out on the
boat.
boat.
Yeah, that dude with the flying thing.
Yeah, because Robin, Zoro, and Nami go off to go forest, the jungle. Sorry. And Chopper's left all alone, and he's like, I'm gonna do so good. But then he gets scared, and immediately a dude pops up.
He immediately blows the whistle.
He's like,
oh yeah, I love that. Oh my god,
that like little panel of him turned around, just like
it was so funny.
That is such a good, again, fast jokes, but they work so well. Like him, like debating, like looking at it, like I'll blow it, and then he just shows up, and there's like the same panel. It's him turning and blowing the whistle. Yep. So good.
To get gunball.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was it in your guys' translations? I had gone for.
Yeah, it's gone for or gone ball, but like, you know how Japanese translations go, where like a lot of L's and R's get mixed up because they're the same letter in Japanese.
Yeah. I think it was.
You say either. I'm sure it's.
I think either. Oh, it's.
Yeah, I just say Gunfall because it's what I grew up saying. Because that's the one I saw first. But you should say Gunfall. Yeah.
I wasn't even paying attention enough. Hold on. Gone for it says on mine.
I don't know.
I was just curious.
I've been saying Enel and Anna.
Your Knight is what they call him half.
Because I have mentioned it in our off-stream readings, but I like to see we do the readings. We have slightly different variations, but like it makes for a very funny like instance of you're yelling his name and you're like, wait, who? Oh wait, same guy. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I like the changes.
Well, it's funny how I always read Zoro as Zoro, but the manga reading I'm reading, it's always Zolo.
Mm-hmm. You do like a
that is Zoro. Like, oh, that one has to be Zoro.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously it's based on somebody, so that makes sense. It's based on an English name.
Right? And like, I think the first few times I read Zolo, I thought Luffy was genuinely making fun of Zoro. Like he was making a passive joke, and I'm like, no,
I just know it from the One Piece, the American opening. They call him Zolo. It's just like a samurai.
They didn't want to run it.
Yeah, that's
maybe
that's the reason why I think. Yeah, just like in JoJo's, like AC/DC is called like AC/DC, but spelled out in letters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that stuff. It's so funny.
It's so
yeah, it was like big paper planes.
Yeah, or like Sticky Fingers is called Zipper Man, but like even reading the subtitles where the subtitles say Zipper Man, he's just out there yelling Sticky Fingers.
Yeah,
so goofy. I love it.
The handshake, like I know what you know what I know. We're just gonna go along with this, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with what happens, they all Chopper calls gone, and there's the guy that like the high priest that's there has like fire powers.
Yeah, he has a flame dial or a heat dial. I forget which one.
Yeah, heat dial or something. They're like going at it. Fireman.
Oh yeah, we never got a chance to talk about Pierre though.
The bird horse.
Bird horse, yeah, his bird that ate a horse fruit.
Yeah,
he became like a Pegasus, like a really ugly Pegasus.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was a devil fruit.
Yeah.
Yes. Great.
Sometimes bird,
Pegasus. It's so funny.
Yeah, but he keeps all like the stupid like polka dot designs from like the bird form, so it's like really goofy looking.
I like it. I think they fight. It's like
he's the trial of the string. He has like little strings everywhere.
He tangles up.
Oh yeah, the barbed wire stuff. Yeah.
There's all the barbed wire, and he like pushes Chopper bird and clouds the water. Cloud water. And then they get saved at some point. But I guess my question is, I wasn't actually sure who saved Chopper and Gone For. But it was birds, so was it the South birds?
Yeah, it was it was like a flock of South birds.
It was a flock of South birds. Okay, it was. Alright, cool.
Yeah, which I felt was kind of convenient.
Yeah. I was like, huh. Okay. Yeah, I thought that the South birds were going to be like incredibly important after that. But they're kind of important without them there.
Yeah. And the one South bird that they did get here in the first place, like I forgot when he left, but he like pecked at them and then left.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was also kind of sad seeing Chopper like grab a hold of the mast and be like, "No, the mast is on fire." Yeah. And rip it off to like try to put it out.
And he was like, no, he was trying to help out and like not have the boat get destroyed.
It's so sad to think like, because he doesn't want to let his friends down because these are the only friends he's ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like, why would you leave the baby behind?
Yeah, a small one.
He can turn big.
Yeah, he can turn big. It's totally. He's not a baby. He's just always. He likes to be tiny, I guess. So.
Yeah, he is the youngest one though.
Secretly likes to be called cute.
Yeah, he secretly likes to. It's not that secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, secret is his hiding spot.
Yeah.
Hidden in the other way of the hiding spot.
Yes.
Then Zoro Nami realizes that the upper yard is actually Jaya. It's like the part of Jaya that got like shot up into the sky and now it's like stuck up there.
Yeah, because she sees the other side of Cricket's house.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That was,
That
really
was such
cool.
a good scene too.
I thought it was really cool.
And then
she's like, whoa, I see something. And they're like, wait, what? And it's like, I was wondering why he has a second floor and no stairs.
I don't know if it's explained just yet, but is that when they say that the map is actually a skull?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That was crazy too. I forgot
too.
how cool that is. How like Jaya really is the mouth of the skull. I was like, oh my god.
And the whole island's supposed to be actually way, way bigger, but the big part got shot up into the sky.
Yeah.
And then you even talk about the fault lines in the flashback later.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a cool. I think shortly after that, they all return to the altar or the boat or whatever, and then the Luffy's group also flying ball challenge. And well, don't they say like it's okay because you're not dead to Chopper because he's like crying because the damage.
And it's Usopp too, and Usopp like really cares about the boat because it's from his hometown.
Yeah.
And he like looks at the mask. He's like, "Oh no, what happened?" And he's like, "Wait, as long as you're okay, we can always fix the mask.
Okay,
we can't replace you, Chopper."
Yeah.
He's so cool. Yeah. I love Usopp.
Yeah.
And is this when they hold the big bonfire? They're like, "We got back together."
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
and then they found the map, and they're like, "We're gonna find the treasure." And then
yes, it's the best because Nami's wearing glasses, and now Nami's my favorite character. She's not.
Yeah, what is with characters wearing glasses for like all of 30 seconds?
I know, but it mattered to me. It mattered enough to me.
Like Sanji did that the last arc too.
I know. Yeah, Sanji was my favorite character for all of 2 seconds. No, I'm joking. But yeah, she like plans everything out, which I thought was really cool. Like, it's like we're gonna go.
Who's against the bonfire at first, though? She's like, "You're gonna give away our position," and then like Usopp and Luffy are just looking at her like, "Oh my goodness, so sad. She doesn't know what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have a bonfire. You gotta have a bonfire, you know."
Mm-hmm.
Oh
she's
yeah.
like, "Tell me about this, Zoro." And then Zoro and Sanji are already like getting wood.
Yeah. Then they make friends with like the jungle wolves.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so
eyes
much fun.
Darkness, but then they just come in and dance, and they're dancing with the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they like they rescue Gonfor.
Yeah, and then Chopper's treating him.
Oh yeah, he wakes up in the middle and he's like, "Oh, you guys are having a party."
Yeah. What was Robin doing this time? I forget.
Oh, she talks to Gonfall, right? And explains that the dirt that's on the upper yard is so like because it can actually like plane. That's really important. Like religious kind of guy. Yeah, people.
Yeah, because when it shot up, they heard the sound of a beautiful bell. And also, I don't think we've ever said like why they're here in the first place. They're here to like take out the god of this land. I think some translations call it Kami.
Yeah, they call it Kami.
Just like God. Yeah. But apparently God is just like a title because I forget if it was now or later that we revealed that like Gonfall used to be God of this land. But now he is not.
Yeah, I think it's revealed around now. I think maybe it is here, but yeah, like I guess Luffy's reasoning is he's a jerk and is oppressing the right.
I think first they were just trying to rescue Nami from.
Yeah.
And then I think now they're just going after the treasure, and God is getting in the way.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, they just.
Ship the treasure for adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. No. All right. Yeah. And like, I feel like the real action after that point.
Yeah, and this is where the arc takes a turn and gets real good.
Yeah, it gets really. Would you guys like to take a short break before that?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Quick restroom break. All right, see you in a few minutes, everyone.
Okay.
Done. Bye. Okay, we're back. Hello. We're back to talk about the exciting times and battles. Skypiea.
Yeah.
I love all the wiggly. Thanks for waiting for us. One thing I thought about, alright, I guess I on the Skypiea arc wiki, we forgot to talk about the Sandia tribe.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so the masked dude who attacked them at the beginning before like Anval saved them were the Shandians. So they're the people who lived on Jaya as it was being knocked up into the sky. So they're like the original inhabitants of this land. And it seems a lot of like influence from like Native Americans from their design, or like not specific, like just a lot of like influences from either Polynesian tribes or Native American tribes.
Yeah, it was just like Native, North, and South American.
Seem
to be the inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, later on we see the city of gold, and it is like very Aztec-y.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
And the guy that like with the mask that fought them at the beginning.
Right. Not in a bad way either. Like they're cool. Like they have like dial powered like lasers and like rocket launchers.
Yeah, and their shoes are so interesting and weird. But cool.
Yeah, because their shoes have like dials attached to them too, so they can like fly around.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
Yeah. I forget what's the first thing that happens. There's like a lot of fights here, and I don't remember what happens first.
They split up. So Nami formed a plan that Luffy, Zoro, Chopper, and Robin are gonna city. The rest of them, Nami up and Sonic, take the go mare. Gonna go like around island.
Yeah, like a getaway ship
place. Yeah. But it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really.
That immediately goes awry. Like they didn't send their navigator with the people to go find the city of gold. So Luffy like smells adventure and just like yeets off in one direction.
Oh.
Usopp gets scared. He's lost somewhere. Oh no, Chopper.
Yeah. Chopper runs away. Yeah.
Zoro says, the treasure. The city is in the skull of the right eye, or the right.
So I should go right.
Right eye of the skull. So I should go right. So he like goes right, even though he's going in the wrong direction to begin with. Yeah, and then like only Robin like books it for the city of gold. She's not an idiot.
Yeah, they get all separated because they encounter like a giant snake thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how they get all separated, and then they all just like go the wrong way except for Robin. Yeah, and Robin's the only one who knows how to like follow Sky or whatever. I guess knows her way around.
I mean, follow basic directions. Abby told him to go in one direction.
That's true. She knows how to follow direct.
Just figured it
out. Meanwhile, the Sandia people are like planning to stop Rigar to fight Enel, right?
Yeah, because Enel's like holding this land right now.
Yeah, he's holding the land, but it's like, oh, it's our native people. Back. And Enel is like, he brings together all of his like people to go out and fight, and he predicts that like oh, in X amount of hours only 5 people standing in this game that now.
Yeah.
They all go
and he
out.
was the cutest Eminem.
Yeah, the real Slim Shady.
Yeah, he looks like Eminem.
Yeah, he does.
How do in this arc, how do you rate his laugh in terms of villains?
Yeah, ha ha ha, right?
Yeah, ha 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 ha. Yeah.
Pretty low tier, honestly.
That's pretty low.
Yeah.
I also
we get some great laughs later in the series, but like now this one's pretty low tier.
Around now, they like actually show that Enel's power is that it is like that he lightning like fruit or rumble fruit or whatever.
Rumble fruit.
Yeah.
Goro.
Yeah. So
he's a Logia type, so he's like Smoker and Crocodile. Like people can't normally touch him, and he doesn't have the same weakness that Crocodile has to water.
Right.
Electricity.
But at the same time, me being someone who's taken a science class in my life, I was like, oh, so he just needs to meet Luffy and the Luffy will be fine.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool though. When you hear he's like what type he is, immediately the gears go in your head. You're like oh, this is gonna be so cool.
It's true. It's true.
But one thing that bothers me is rubber is also insulating against heat. So like heat also should not affect Luffy as much.
That's true.
Not just
right.
electricity.
Well.
oh wow.
But yeah. After that point, I was like, oh, okay. How's this fight gonna go? Is it gonna be a big battle, or is it just got beat up? Bellamy. So there's that. They all start doing their individual fights. Basically, they all start wandering around. Zoro fights one of the high priests. The iron one, I think?
Yeah, iron one. Chopper fights a swamp guy. And Gunfall wakes back up. Oh no, not Gunfall. One of the Wiper, the leader of the Shandians, takes out the string dude.
Yeah, he does.
So with an impact dial, which absorbs force. And like just shoots him into the ground, into the dirt, which is pretty satisfying.
I don't know. What did you? I guess that's a fight, because I didn't think Chopper was gonna get a fight, and he did. I was very happy about that.
Yeah. What do you guys think of? Let's talk about Chopper's fight first, then. What do you think about his fight?
I guess the way he wins is a little silly, but at the same time, I'm happy.
Yeah. What do you think of Gedatsu, the dude who was like really scary looking, but also really dumb?
Yeah,
like, he forgets to blink and breathe.
Oh yeah.
So dumb. I don't know. It was very silly.
And he's like trying to look intimidating with crossing his arms, but he forgets to bend his elbows, so he's just like holding his hands out with his arms crossed.
I loved all the little snippets of just him tripping over himself.
Yeah. How did this man become a priest? Like, he's terrible. He's worse than the ball guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was proud of I guess I was proud that he got the chance to fight, because usually he's just been in the background or didn't a lot since Island.
Right. Well, he did help out with the fight against Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas.
That's true. He did help.
Yeah.
I feel like Usopp really shone in that fight.
Right.
Yeah.
Chopper's a pretty competent fighter when he needs to be.
Yeah, I guess I was worried that at that point that Chopper would just be a doctor, but
yeah.
Like Zoro's.
Okay, wait. Zoro did fight one of the rebels, though. One of the Shandians too.
Yeah, he does.
Brahma something.
Oh yeah, Bram.
Bram, yeah.
Doesn't take that long.
I think the cool thing here, I didn't even realize this until I reread it, but this is when Zoro finally learns how to like shoot sword beams, basically.
Oh, is this one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is when he learns how to do that, which is like an underrated part of this, because like you kind of just like are like, oh yeah, you know, fantasy swords can shoot beams because like shoot slashes, but this is where he actually learns how to do that.
You know, is it is that the pound thing where he's like the
yeah, like 30-pound phoenix.
Yeah.
Or 30-pound cannon or something. I forget which one it is.
I like Phoenix, but either way. Yeah, and he learned how to do that because he couldn't see like flash guns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he shot a ranged sword attack. So like he's become stronger too.
Very cool.
Yeah, every single fight Zoro gets stronger. Like
yeah,
he can cut through steel, he can like shoot sword beams, sword slashes now.
Robin also fights some high priest.
Yeah, Robin
right?
fights like the like main priest dude.
Oh, the main priest, yeah.
Yeah, the real big dude.
Her powers are so scary.
That I think was probably
brutal.
like one of my favorite fights as I like the Luffy versus Admiral.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh damn.
Oh, when they first fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's cool. I mean, that moment is pretty iconic with when it isn't affecting him.
Oh no, I'm talking about Robin versus.
Robin. I thought you said
yeah.
I thought you said Luffy versus Enel.
Yeah, I was saying this is like the coolest like besides like
okay, sorry.
Luffy versus.
I was like, wait, we're already there. I was like...
Yeah, because like she's trying to protect all the ruins because she's an archaeologist. So she knows a lot of like the stuff here and she can read it and she's trying to decipher it and this fucking dude just keeps breaking all of her shit.
Oh yeah.
And finally she's able to lead him to somewhere away from the ruins.
Yeah.
And use his weight against him by like grabbing with like a dozen arms and just like absolutely mutilating him. Like all
I know, literally. I love the huge cracks they always put in the big sound effects.
Like swinging him, like when he tries to jump at her, he like swings him into a tree. She flips all his dials around so they hit him instead. And then like she like throws him off a cliff and then like ties his arms and legs behind him so he can't like protect himself as he just like falls down.
Yeah, and then there's like one last like huge crack before like she's like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. And I'm like, dang, did Robin just kill him?
Well, I mean, she's an assassin though. Like she's killed people before.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
wouldn't be the first time.
One Piece tends to be a little what do you call it? A little safe when it comes to how many people or characters they kill.
Yeah. I think the author has basically said it's because, like, what if they have future potential, though? I don't want to get rid of them.
True.
That's why people always die in flashbacks, apparently. Or if they don't have names, they can die. That's okay.
Enjoy the fight round. Robin left.
Oh, I saw it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It just really more or less secured my opinion that she's just like a subtle badass. So I really liked it, and I'm just like, yes, do it for the history.
I like that it
Kick his ass.
like the scenes before that really established that she's an archaeologist. It's hinted at, but not super direct until she's like all the room. Archaeology observations.
You talk about it way back in Jaya, though, when she's
do.
looking at the skeleton. She's like, oh, this must have been from like this time period.
That's true, they did. I guess it didn't hit me until then, until like we actually see the ruin. I was yeah, Enel actually.
At some point, sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Okay. No, you go ahead. You're right. That part comes first.
Goes like and appears on the boat on like haunts Sconfall. There's no need to have this island and electrocutes Sanji and Usopp immediately as they attack him. They're like super injured and they're out of the battle for a long time. Then
is this when he kidnaps Nami? Oh,
I guess he just leaves them, and then there's like those two twins that show up.
Yeah.
To fight them, but both Nami and Gonfall fight them.
Yeah, which is cool. Nami did something.
Oh no. Go old man.
Yeah.
Because they also need to protect their friends.
Mm-hmm. And then like a bunch of the Shanyans are there too, and they're just getting like their asses handed to them, except for like Wiper, who like comes in and like saves them.
Yeah.
And like beats up we were talking about like, Flame Space, this kind of the string dude. It's pretty quickly too. There is like the little Shanyan girl who wants they call the land, or they call the stuff from the upper yard farce, just like stuff from below, from the sea below.
Yeah.
She wants Rocky, one of the other Shanyan girls, to like Shanyan ladies, to get her verse. Bag. Morpur's all like, no. We're here to like kill God, and then like I kind of like that because it's like he's saying like you don't need to collect that because by the time we're done killing the god, like killing Enno, you can come here and get all the Vars you want. You don't have to like stoop down to like
you can just live here.
Yeah, or like he's basically trying to say like you don't have to stoop down to try and like take back our land because we're gonna take it back, and you don't have to treat our land like something.
Yeah. She wants sand.
Yeah, she just wants like sand and dirt.
Dirt. Because the dirt's like super special.
Yeah. I mean, you laugh, but like, I mean, I've seen people like buy mud from the Dead Sea.
True.
It's true.
Like sand from like the Holy Land. Like, it means something to them.
I think immediately after they fight, Nami and Gonfall leaves after Enel because he's like, what does he mean that the island doesn't? Nami's like, no, don't leave me.
Oh yeah.
But then the two the girl and the
Conis and Jaya.
Jaya, yeah.
And then they're like playing a song on their little boat too, which is like drawing all the attention.
Yeah, they're like blasting music.
Yeah.
They give her like a waiver though, right? Seem to like go fine.
That's when Conis goes back to start to like warn the people? Or is that later?
That's later.
I'm getting all my inventions now.
Conis is trying to take care of Usopp and Sanji. Yeah. Zoro ends up flying because he gets picked up by a bird.
Yeah.
Who wants his? Because he's the only one that ate lunch, or at least on screen.
Yeah. He gets picked up by a big old bird. Big orange town vibe. Luffy getting picked up by the bird.
I really don't know how this happens to Luffy, but he's like, he found like lots of ruins. He can't get out. Like mad about it, so he tries to try to kick his way. Very difficult. He get out of the cave that he's found.
Yeah, this strange cave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How did you all feel about that? I didn't realize how it's extremely obvious that he was where he was.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get there?
Yeah, I thought I missed something, so I was like, "Oh, wait, okay."
He falls down like to the ground at one point, and I think he must have fell through.
Yeah, I don't think it's shown when he gets in. I think that's supposed to be for the joke of like, hey, where is he?
Yeah, like
and
you
you
don't
find
know
out later, like, oh, that's where he is. You
That's where
don't
he
find out how.
Very convenient, huh? Once you
Yeah,
figure
very
out that he does lightning, and you know the first person that could nullify his lightning.
It's true.
Yeah.
Also, is this was it explained? Well, I guess that is kind of explained later. How he isn't seen because he's in the snake.
Yeah, they don't know he's on this.
Yeah, when like NL later on is like, aha, 5 people are left, and the snake comes and like spits them out, and it's like, wait, there's more people. Yeah, they just didn't talk in snake.
Yeah, so I guess at this point, like all the plots kind of because Chopper's found him, climbs up the dock, gets to like the top.
Oh wait, before that though, a lot of the Shunyans get taken out by NL. NL comes in and he's like, "You guys have 5 minutes. I'm not gonna move."
Oh, you're
just
right.
try and hit me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then do everything. They use their dials. They use their like swords and guns. And because it's lightning, they can't hit him. And he like electrocutes most of them. I don't think any of them die though. At least some of the named ones.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to. They're like, no, we gotta warn Wiper that his plan won't work because we can't touch this dude. He's too strong.
Yeah.
I feel like he used Oda used Alabasta as a prototype for how to make all these things converge. Because this feels like that, but obviously scaled up, figuratively and literally.
Wait till you get to the next arc, though. Oh, jeez. Oh wait, no, the next arc is bad. The next saga. I mean.
Okay.
The next arc is not that good.
But yeah,
it's a short little breather arc.
It feels more refined, and then he's able to use that refinement to put more action, and then the action there is more refined and just like it works. This was the part where I was zooming by.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about it, Realm? What happened? Because I am.
So, yeah,
I'm apparently mixing up all the events because I read it a while ago.
Well,
everyone converged.
You got to the point, yeah, that everyone converged, right?
Yeah, because. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, part of the last, I forgot the term that they had, like the vassal. Part of his powers was essentially to make a giant like cage match because he uses the milky dial to create like very fine barbed wire, and then they pretty much have a battle royale. And everything is still going according to, you know, the I forgot his name.
It's NL.
Yeah.
NL's like prophecy.
Yeah, he's still like on the outside, but more or less he's still having fun with the whole thing. So, I'm very happy in this scene that they didn't kill the snake, because I was just like, wait a minute, he's still making all these weird noises. I feel like there's something more.
Oh, it's true.
I don't know. Like, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, because like Zoro gets airdropped by the bird because, or he thinks the snake is going after him. That's how he like falls into the battle zone. Chopper's already there. There's that High Priest Ohm who we at that point. He has like a dog. The dog can fight.
He's trained in standing up on 2 legs and hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. And this is like that one scene you posted in the Discord that was like, this is like peak One Piece.
I was like, this is the most One Piece thing I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, really scary stuff happening on the background with a dog with its paws out. Like,
yeah. And also the snake is just like raging and like acting all weird, and then we find out later it's because Luffy was inside of it punching its insides, and that's why it was like going berserk.
Like freaking out, but really it's just because like I would also freak out. Like I've been there when there's something bad in my fighting for his life.
Yes, so there was Taco Bell in the snake's belly. He was having a whole riot, a whole range of emotions. Luffy, the Luffy chalupa. He was getting tickled, which was very funny to see. I'm like, oh, interesting. And then he was just running around like crazy, but to no one's surprise, that craziness didn't out crazy how crazy the fights were. Just all conglomerated together.
Yes. Oh yeah, the guy that survived.
Yeah,
Viper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he has like a laser bazooka.
Yeah, a laser bazooka. And they're all fighting. How does Nami get there? Because Nami and the little...
Yeah, they take the waiver that Konis gave them to try and get there to help them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And Konis is trying to help because he has the mantra ability, so she can tell like how many people are left. She's like, oh shit, everyone's like gathered there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Konis.
Where's the Isa girl?
Isa, the little girl.
Yeah.
And Konis goes back to warn everyone that Enel is going to destroy Skypiea. Because he's like, I have no more use for you. I have what I want. And now I'm going to leave and just destroy this place because he's like, I am God and this land belongs in the ocean. So I will send it back to the ocean.
Yeah, like only he's allowed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know. How did you feel about his plan? Because I was like, isn't he just going to be lonely and bored with nobody else to deal with?
I think his plan is to like take his big skyship that he's making that can be powered by his electricity.
Yeah.
And like go off to greater heights.
Oh, okay.
To reach like the heavens where he belongs as a god.
Okay.
He's crazy.
He's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, he says something about endless Vars and flies out to the moon.
Yeah, he does.
He does fly. He still does actually fly off. He gets away at the end.
He does. Oh.
He doesn't destroy Skypiea. No, what a dick. Stupid manga anime Eminem.
Eminem. It's so funny. So Zoro fights. Eventually,
No. How? I don't remember either. How does he beat Ohm?
He does a certain technique that does like rotation. So he sent essentially like an aura blast, like a 3-bladed style blast, and it cut through the milky dial blade that he made. So through the thick wall, through the blade, and then just cut him up. So another Zoro overcoming new obstacles type of thing.
Yeah, you figured.
Kind of the dog just like listens to anyone's directions, like anyone.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it was like a 2-on-1. He's like, "All right, dog, sit." Wait, what do you mean you listen to anybody?
Oh, the dog is not even a problem.
Yeah, trained, but he isn't trained to listen to just one person.
Oh.
Gunfall is there too.
Yeah, Gunfall is also fighting. At some point, Enel destroys.
Yeah.
Because Robin also, she strolls up at some point. And she talks to Enel about, like, history of this place. And she mentions being like, there is gold on this island. Build a gold bell.
They find the city.
Yeah.
But, he like melted all the gold with his electric powers and like stole it all for his like golden arc.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I say golden arc, I don't mean McDonald's. I mean ARK arc.
Yeah.
His giant skyship arc. Because it's a good conductor for that. Yeah.
Gets mad, I think, basically, and he destroys the land. They're all standing. Then they fall down, including like Nami's there too. That's how Nami, Gunfall, and Isa the little fall into Snake's mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Enel also says that only 5 people can survive because they'll just arc in his game.
Or no, it's not the coming into the arc. It's because he said earlier that only 5 people survived, and God's prophecies have to always be true. So he's just gonna kill someone until there's 5 left.
I think honestly, I was interpreting Enel as being more sane than he.
No, he's pretty crazy. He's like, you guys can either join me or you die.
Yeah.
I said 5 people, so I meant that. I can't be wrong. I'm God.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I just want.
Yeah, and then Wiper and Zoro, who've been fighting each other this whole time, are finally like teaming up. They're like, yeah, the one who's gonna die though is you. There will be 5 people left. You die.
Yeah, fight the bigger evil.
Yeah, who is left? It's Zoro, Wiper, Robin, Donfall?
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Nami's there, but she's.
Yeah, and Nami, so he can tell that she's there.
Yeah, I remember.
With the mantra. Yeah, and then it's only afterward did they fall into the thing now. Like, he doesn't count the snake. Even though, like, Luffy is inside the snake, apparently he can't tell.
I guess he can tell. I guess if someone is inside someone. I guess if there's, like, any pregnant people, he can't tell. I don't know.
Wiper does a really cool badass move because like he's like gonna use the impact dial and I was like, you can't hit me because I'm made of electricity. And then Wiper just goes, yeah, but you ever heard of something called sea stone?
Oh,
and like grabs him with a sea stone like thing and then blasts him and it actually can't hit him because sea stone cancels out the power of devil fruit. That was a good moment.
That was pretty cool.
Now that definitely was a good example of a convenient plot device.
Well, I mean, I think he knew, right? He knew about this beforehand, so he had planned for it. I think it was a good plot point because we were expecting him to fail, because all the other Shanians were going to warn him, like, don't do it, don't do it. He did know about it already.
Yeah, I thought it was neat. Yeah, and a good change, because I can't even remember the guy who Hero of the Rebels, Arabasta, like, didn't really have a purpose, and like, a huge purpose in the end, and this guy, who's like, Heroes of the Shandians, actually pretty cool, and fighting and stuff.
I mean, they tried extra hard to make him cool. He's shirtless.
Yeah.
He is, like, skates around on his, like, dial boots. He has a laser rocket launcher and, like, a mohawk ponytail.
Oh yeah.
Tattoos all over. They tried extra hard to make him cool.
Yeah, they kind of like they look a little bit Mad Maxian.
Yeah, and he's smoking all the time too.
I think that's a now.
Yes. But Enel is able to use his electricity powers to like basically be a defibrillator and restart his own heart, so he survives.
I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he literally does die there.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Powerful. Yeah, that sort of thing always freaks me out though when people characters hurt their hearts. I don't know why it always messes me up. So I was like, oh, don't do that again, dude.
Just die for real next time.
Yeah, just die for real. In the snake, because a bunch of people find Luffy, Nami, girl, and Donfall. And luckily they have the waiver, so I try to escape the waiver. Or escape the snake on the waiver, sorry. But it doesn't work very well because it's not a very big little bike thing, so unfortunately I remain. Check it out, is so
Yeah, and they're like behind his eyeballs, like lifting up his eyelids, looking down at from inside his eyes. Like that's not how eyes work.
Like they just went up to his eye, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, just down the nose canal."
Yeah.
Freaky. Yeah, but eventually Luffy.
Yeah, I love how that scene is portrayed when they're like in the eye, and it's like you're not hearing what they're saying. They're just like banging on the glass, almost like behind the eye.
Yeah.
Oh, but like NL does take out Wiper, Zoro, Robin, and then Nami is like, "Okay, fine, I'll go with you."
Yeah, that's
she doesn't have a choice.
I want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, can't really blame her. Like, what else are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that circumstance.
Yeah. And Luffy comes out and he says something like, "How could this happen when Zoro is here? Like, what the fuck? How could he even beat up Zoro? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah. Yeah. But Robin wakes up and like,
and Robin like tells Enel about the bell, so he's like, "Oh, I was just gonna leave already, but you said there's another golden bell. I must have it.
Have it. It must be mine." Gosh. The little girl cries and asks Luffy if her home is going to be destroyed, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, because then like Enel's on the ship, like charging up his super giant thundercloud, using the ship to like destroy all of Skypiea.
Yeah, to start the process of Deathpiea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's what he calls it.
I'm gonna turn Skypiea into Deathpiea.
Oh, very creative, dude.
Yeah, get a life.
Right.
Okay. And then I cried when Konus went back and tried to convince the people that, like, no, God's actually evil. He's after all of you guys, and he's gonna destroy the world. And they don't believe her, and they throw rocks at her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is sad.
Like, here's another like dark theme of like people being stuck in like a cult of like worshiping someone who's super abusive.
Yeah.
Not realizing how abusive they are.
They do kind of figure it out fast, though. I thought it was funny how like she convinces them is like it was like something like, why would he do this thing? What was the exact reason?
She like basically blasphemes against him, and then they're like, "Oh, run away, because God will hear her and then smite her."
Oh, yeah,
And
he
she's like,
doesn't. Yeah.
She's
He
like,
doesn't
he
care
didn't
anymore.
because he's gonna kill everyone anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like a kid there who's like, "But my dad's in his army." And then she's like, "I know. And he's probably dead."
Yeah, he was one of the unnamed, probably, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you see him later. Bigaya tries to save him, and then he does get smited, and Bigaya somehow survives it by like falling underneath the cloud.
Yeah.
I felt like that was kind of a cop out. Like, he could have stayed dead. He didn't add anything afterward. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, at this point in the manga, I was like, so are Usopp and Sanji just like gone for the rest of this arc? But they come back.
Oh, yeah. They do.
Which I can't really blame them. Suck.
Got 20 million volts or whatever.
Or is it?
Yeah, or is it?
It's probably like 2
starting to have
volts.
second
Literally.
Yeah, it's like if you like, you know, rub your feet against a carpet. It's just like that. Enel's not that powerful.
Oh yeah, I was definitely towards the end. I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe this would be like a fly trap or something, or like a little swatter, little mobile swatter.
I actually don't know how, but like Sanji and Usopp wake up and they're like, "Wait, Nami's on the ship. We have to go rescue her."
Yeah, and then like Sanji says something about like, "Oh my god," and she has her shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just like,
Of course, just in case you start liking him again.
Like, well, I did like you, Sanji, for a second there.
Wake up, they see her, and then I think they use the Usopp to get onto the ship.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah, they use the thing. Yeah.
Sanji's like climbing up it, and Usopp's being like brought up. by Sanji like lifting it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And they split up to go try to find Nami as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But it's like Enel's actually attacking Nami at this point, I think. She's deflecting because she has the climb attack.
Wait.
Right?
This is the wrong order of events, because Enel does fight Luffy first, while Nami...
Yeah,
oh, you're right, I totally skipped that part.
I was gonna say, we didn't talk about the part where he gets the ball attack.
Yeah, and until he gets like put out of the fight because of the giant golden ball.
My notes are out of order. Sorry.
Yeah, he does the funny fight with Enel.
Yeah, he gets up there and he starts blasting him, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and then he makes a meme face, a good face, and
iconic
reaction face, and just goes, "Wow."
I feel when hurt rubber.
Mm-hmm.
I do like how that scene. It's like a little thing, but I do really like how that scene's played out. Where at first Enel's all like cocky, like, well, let's see if you do this," and he's like, "You must have you must have dodged that, or I must have missed." He's like, "That's fine, I'll do this instead." And then he like is there, and then the next thing, Enel doesn't even say anything. He just like teleports on top of Luffy and like gives him like a huge shock, and it doesn't do anything, and that's when he makes the face.
It is funny because Luffy's like, "What did you even do?"
Yeah, he's like looking around, like, "What was that?"
What?
I find it weird that I get like the electricity not affecting Luffy, but I find it weird that he can still hit him. It's like, if he's like made of an element that isn't solid, like, would it make a difference what material Luffy was made out of?
Water can hit crocodile, so I guess rubber can hit electricity.
Yeah,
Water
it's almost like a weird like Pokemon weakness thing.
Yeah.
But then he still has mantra, so like mantra lets him dodge everything. So Luffy's like, okay, but what if I just turn my brain off? Then I can dodge all your moves.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. It's
like, and also something like, oh, I can change my staff into a spear by melting the gold, and you're still weak to stabbing attacks or piercing attacks. And Luffy's like, that's right. And now he's like, don't tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him, yeah.
And then Luffy like turns off his brain. He's like, Gum Gum. What was it? Gum Gum something.
Gum Gum
Face
brain
out.
off,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
face out. Yeah.
Oh my god, I took a screenshot and I was like, oh, that's coming
And
back
then-
later.
And then he like successfully dodges all of them. And he's like, great, but now I can't attack.
Yeah.
And now he's like, what was the point of that?
Yeah. That's funny.
Well,
yeah,
it
I
worked.
do like they always seem to wait till the end, which makes they fun. Because all of the things that he comes up with that Luffy.
Yeah, and then he's like, if he can predict where I think my attacks are gonna go, what if I just like rebound all my attacks off a wall?
Yeah.
And then I don't know where they go either. I'm just gonna like machine gun like my fists against this wall, and they'll just like randomly hit him. And they do.
Very good creative student. Good, but yeah, he knocks Luffy off. Enel knocks Luffy off the ship by like attaching a arm.
Yeah.
And that's why Sanji and stuff are trying to save Nami because Luffy's not there anymore.
Yeah, and I also like how like even though technically after they save Nami, they could literally just take the big gold ball on Luffy's arm and just like run for it.
Mm-hmm.
But because that's what they wanted this whole time, is they just wanted the gold. But now it's not what they want. They want justice.
Yeah, they want justice. Guy's a jerk. We gotta take him out.
Yeah, we gotta save Skypiea.
Mm-hmm.
And Luffy hasn't forgotten that also the monkey dudes down below, Mont Blanc Cricket, is also looking for the Sky Island. He's like, I'm gonna ring that bell and let them know that the city is here.
Mm-hmm.
In the sky. They've been looking in the wrong place. Yeah.
Yeah, Luffy fell off and he recovered.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to go back up the beanstalk, right? get back to Enel.
But this is where like Sanji and Usopp save Nami.
Yeah, and then saving.
Yeah, and Sanji like breaks all the machinery inside of the ship, so it starts to tilt. I don't have to go fix that while they escape.
Yeah, because like he shows up at the last minute, up and killed by Enel, and saves them. Saves them all.
Doesn't Sanji get knocked out again by Enel, and then Usopp saves them? I don't remember.
Yeah, he gets knocked out, and then Usopp actually like he used grappling hook to come and like they grab Sanji.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. Enel is then distracted because he fixes everything.
Yeah, one thing that is good about Sanji is Sanji's very like self-sacrificing though. Like, even though he said he was just here for Nami, he does sacrifice himself to face off against Enel, who we know he can't beat, to let Usopp live. Usopp, hurry and run away.
Sanji does like his friends. He likes Nami more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
He likes his friends in a normal way, and Nami in an unhealthy way.
A normal way. Yeah.
And is this where we get the flashback at last? I don't know. Man, it feels like a lot of these events like mix up together in my brain.
Let me see. Fighting and then
because they all converge, and somewhere at this point, because they all converge at the bottom of the beanstalk, time it to tell Nami like we should just go, but no, we have to ring the bell. I think flashback happens because it kind of happens, right?
Yeah.
I was like, where are we?
there is something that causes it. Let me see.
Is it like Wiper talking about it?
Maybe it's Wiper talking. It's actually not.
Yeah, it's. Hold on. I have it like I'm like pretty much right where it is. It's. God, it's like 9 chapters for this flashback.
Yeah.
Imagine reading this.
Yeah.
So just like, I just want to beat Enel. There's a flashback going on.
Oh, I know.
But it is a good flashback. It's a real good flashback.
Yeah, so I think it's like, after Enel starts doing the raining Skypiea thing, Wiper is just watching it and he's just remembering what like his grandfather told him.
About, what the elder told him.
Yeah,
okay. That does make
sense.
So it's after. It's like
what's the name of the ancestor that they have? That became friends with Noland. No, Kamakiri is one of the dudes in the present. Shandora? No, that's
the name of the. Yeah. Who are you saying the ancestor that?
Yeah, the ancestor.
It's like Calgara.
Yeah, Calgara. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They have a statue of Calgara, and then the elder is like, and Calgara had a tails off, and we see his tails off too.
I like how hot they made Noland.
Mm-hmm.
You're like all the books made him seem like this dorky little guy, and he's like this huge dude.
Yeah,
nose.
Such a Chad.
Yeah,
he is. He's just
people are starving, and then he's like jumped off ship, and then they're like, "Oh, he must have abandoned us," and they're like, "No, have faith in the captain." And he comes back, and he's just like wrestled a ship up, or like a fish up, and he's like, "Eat this."
He really is like probably one of the most like the nicest, best characters in this.
Yeah, he was just like a good guy Chad, I guess.
He was getting a little like xenophobic a bit when they were like doing their ritual, and he's like, "That's stupid." But I guess a woman was gonna die, so he was
That's
like,
true.
Yeah. So okay, let's give some context for the people who haven't read it.
Yes. Let's tell the story.
This is the island of like 800 years ago of like Jaya, where the Shandorans, who become the Shandians later, are living on the island. They don't have a lot of access to technology, and they worship a giant snake. And there's a huge disease, a plague, that is ripping through them, and they want to sacrifice Calgara's daughter, which we don't at first know is in order to appease the gods. But then Noland arrives and he's like, what are you doing? Noland arrives because he hears the bell. The Shandoran bell, light of Shandora.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes one look at their like ritual sacrifice and he's like, no. And he like hops up with his sword and like beheads the snake god. And they're all super angry at him. He's like, give us a chance. You can like hold my men hostage, but I will prove to you that is not a god, that this disease can be treated with science, not with ritual. Along the way, he gets caught in this giant fault line. Later, we see is where Jaya breaks up, and part of it goes up to Skypiea. And Calgara comes and pulls him out, and he's like trying to like understand what Noland is saying. And Noland's like, "Look, like it's not that I don't get your culture. He is saying I don't get your culture because, like." For my culture, like we've had millions of people die to the same disease, and they had to be sacrificed in order for us to find this cure already. So just let us like save you now. We already know how to save it. It's a totally treatable disease. And Calgara finally like hears his reasoning, and they see another snake, and then Calgara's like, "What am I looking at here? Is it a god, or is this just another dumb beast?" And Noland's like, that's just a snake. There is no god here. That's not a god. And Calgara finally like helps them and is able to treat the whole village.
Yeah. Good
and
guy.
save them all. And they become best bros. They become like bromance.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they all kind of, at the end of their trip, they kind of like, the people don't talk to them anymore, because they chopped down all of their ancestral trees. Oh gosh, okay. Sad story on pause for 1 second.
Whoa.
Sophia, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome. We are discussing the Sky Island Saga of One Piece. So if you are not aware and want to read One Piece, beware of spoilers. But thank you very much for the raid.
Yeah, we're talking about Sky Island. We're at the flashback.
Yes, book discussion. Yeah, if you don't know, it is also talks about books. So I'm pretty sure they do read alouds, which are really cool. So
that sounds awesome.
Authors, yeah. So very cool. So if you're interested, you should. Thank you very much for the raid, and thank you for joining the observatory, Sophia. Okay, so we were in the middle of the backstory.
Yeah.
Of Jaya.
So like Noland and Calgara become friends, even though they're from totally different cultures. I think Calgara is like angry and won't speak to them because Noland and his group had cut down their ancestry trees. But one of the scientists from Noland's group explains to Calgara's daughter that no, these trees were already dead. They were all diseased, and he was like, basically Noland was always putting human life first. He was always like caring about human life. Like, don't do the ritual sacrifice. Cut down the trees if they're all diseased and will cause people to get sick. He's always putting the people first. Whereas, Calgara was always putting like tradition first. Instead, or like a lot of the Shandorans were putting tradition first. So it's kind of, I think if there's any message to be taken from this, it's like basically don't let like the old traditions like dictate what you do, especially if they don't make sense anymore. And the same goes for like the same can be applied to the present day arc, where the Shandians and the Skypeans still hate each other because of those like old rivalries over the land. And it's like, it doesn't even make sense anymore. Like the people living in Skypiea now are not the same people who like took the land, took Upper Yard in the first place. They don't even own it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Shawnians there also have like a misplaced hatred for them because they can't ever go back to Blue Sea anyway. So they might as well like learn to live in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, this arc definitely has a big theme of like past versus present, like accepting the past. Because there's a whole thing with Robin talking about how she's like, if you don't learn from your past, you'll be doomed to repeat it and stuff like that. And people like not respecting the past. So it's like kind of like definitely a balance between that.
Yeah, and definitely like an anti-colonialist message.
Oh
of,
yeah,
like,
sure.
Don't take over places.
Yeah, for sure.
Which definitely ties into the whole like respect the past, like don't take over places.
Respect the past, but like don't continue like the traditions that don't make any sense anymore. There's like better options.
Yeah,
it's unhealthy.
Noland was like, "Oh crap." Like, oh wait, no, we were wrong too. Then everything was wrong.
And then we were wrong, and then Calgara. Okay, you're gonna like cry during this part, aren't you?
This is where I cried.
Yeah. Calgara like isn't able to get there in time to see him off.
Oh,
so he like is trying to apologize for like not understanding why the trees were cut down. So he rings the bell, and the little baby snake is there too, Nala. Like singing along to the bell, and we realize that that's the snake that we see in the present day arc, where like it's huge now and it's still like missing the bell and missing its friends.
Yeah, and the reason it's so angry and sad is it just wants to hear the bell.
Yeah, it just wants to hear the bell again because, like Calgara would keep ringing the bell over and over until like no one came back.
He did have a whole page of yelling like his whole thing to the crew. That no one did hear, saying that they'll continuously ring the bell, like to make sure you guys never get lost.
Your way, yeah. But then Noland does come back to the island, but the island's not there anymore because 1 year after that, the big like the knock-up stream shoots half of Jaya into Skypiea, and the god at that time, and it seems like God is more like a governor title than God of Skypiea at that time, like basically was like, oh, I heard the bell. It's a sign of holiness there.
Yeah.
And Calgara dies fighting there. And Noland comes back to the island and sees like that half the island is missing. And the king that he had told to fund this expedition, with all of his soldiers going instead of his actual crew, is like, he's a liar. He's like humiliating me. He's made me waste all his time and like waste all these soldiers' lives trying to find this like city of gold that never existed. And they get people to testify falsely to say that Noland is a liar. He's gonna forever be branded as a liar. Execute him. He says the whole time that no, the city of gold is real. Probably sent to the sea or something. But I was definitely there. He's telling the truth. And it's so genius. It ties together the like Shandians, it ties together Skypiea, it ties together Jaya. All of these like converge into one plot here.
Yeah, it's really smart. Did they explain why they very much established that the folktale is from the North Blue?
Yeah.
Did they explain why that's like specifically there?
I guess because Noland's land is.
Yeah, but I think one interesting point to make is Sanji says, "Oh, I heard the story before when I was from the North Blue."
Oh yeah.
Even though you find him in the East Blue.
Yeah.
And if you look at the map, North Blue is not close to East Blue.
No, it's
not. There's like a whole like continent in the way.
Yeah.
So how did he get there? Yeah, like North Blue is on like the left side and East Blue is on the right side. Just One Piece map be weird. And then like there's a huge ass continent called the Red Line, which they passed through earlier, the reverse continent. Like Red Line is in the way of it.
Right.
So how did he get here? Yeah.
I know when you find that out, but I'm not sure.
Actually,
or I don't know.
too.
Actually, I don't even know when you find it. I just know like maybe there might be. I don't even know if that's like. Actually
yeah.
I mean, I know when you find it out, but I'm not telling.
Yeah. I
do.
no idea
I
when
do
it
know
is.
if we do this as frequently as we do it, it might be in a few years we find that.
Oh my
out.
gosh.
No, it won't be that long. We're already like a third of the way through the series.
I guess that's
or
true,
like chapter like 300 something, right?
Yeah, 300 and.
Yeah, we're like almost a third of the way through the series. Like it won't be.
Oh gosh. All right. Let's. Basically, we can kind of start. We can wrap up the arc. Basically.
Yeah.
So sad backstory. Now I know why Jaya and Skypiea are the way they are.
Now we have the setup for what makes it so satisfying.
Yeah, what makes it so satisfying. Yeah. So Enel is like I'm out of here. Destroy your whole village. Deathpeea. Yeah.
Deathpeea. It's like a band.
Yeah. And then Nami, like everything comes together. Nami rides the waver and brings Luffy with his giant iron, like golden ball with him to like try and like run up the beanstalk to get to Enel.
Yeah.
And then Viper and Zoro, like, and Snake all like bump into or like flash at the base of the giant jack beanstalk to try and knock it over to give it the right angle for Luffy to go and hit Enel and like get rid of the giant storm cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, so Zoro tries to like hack at it, and in the end, projectile actually make it so, which is like a big sacrifice for Viper because it kill him, although it doesn't. Named characters don't die,
it was supposed to kill him like 2 uses ago. He's used it like 3 times
now.
now.
To extend it. Does it literally 3 times?
Yeah.
But it works. It works, and Nami and we get over there. And using the giant stupid gold ball that Luffy has on his arm, like as like a conductor, he gets rid of the big cloud of thunder and death. It obviously doesn't make Enel very happy.
Yeah, and Enel goes huge mode, and he's like, 1,000,000 bajillion volts, giant Buddha, go!
Yeah.
Flies water.
And then, so perfect. Yeah, like Anime Veteran says, he brings together disparate elements because he wants to punch Enel, but he also wants to ring the bell, and he like kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, he does both at the same time.
He rings the bell with Enel, with the giant golden ball fist.
Yeah. Like, see that Mont Blanc Cricket? Yeah, can like hear the bell, so it's like satisfying for everybody.
And he also sees Luffy's shadow up above, like giant shadow. And it's like, that's what the giants were before. That's what they were.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even put that together.
Yeah, when they saw them in Jaya.
Wow, that is really well planned.
Yeah,
it's all perfectly planned.
Very cool.
Oda's come so far in such a short amount of time.
So yeah, he's done for. Enel is. And
Enel survives though.
Yeah, he survives, but then he just decides to fly into the moon.
Yeah, he's like, endless bars, here I come.
So I don't know what happens to him, but he's gone now. And everyone like gathers on the upper yard because it's like safe to be there now. They're like reunited. Their families. They're all weeping over the older man Pagaya being dead, but then he's alive. He's fine.
And he's crying too, and then he's like, wait,
too, yeah.
You are him.
Yeah, why are you here?
Yeah. And then they decide that Godfall should be the god again.
Yeah.
To bring together both the Shanians and the Skypians.
It's true.
he was all like, I just want to retire and like grow my pumpkin.
I want to grow my pumpkins, drink my pumpkin juice.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's gonna be the leader, I guess, for now.
Yeah.
The bell fell too. They like go and find it.
Yeah, and then Robin finds that there's a poneglyph on the bell.
Yeah. Ciphers it. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it talks about. An ancient weapon, Poseidon.
So there was Pluton, and now Poseidon. Pluton was in Arabasta, or like the poneglyph talking about was in Arabasta. Poseidon somehow is here in Sky Island. Well, I guess it was on Jaya before.
Yeah, it was
then
Jaya.
Yeah, and then she also is like, this is not what I'm looking for. I don't want to know about the ancient weapons. I don't know about like the secret history that the government's been keeping hid secret. And then she finds like in the same text as the poneglyph, like scroll on the side is like something from Gold Roger. Like I guide this document to its end. It's like, wait, Gold Roger was here?
Yeah.
Came here? Into the sky also? And he knew how to speak the ancient language that no one speaks.
Don't they mention something about an island too?
Yeah. Raftel.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's like where he was going to next.
Yeah.
At this point, well, I guess yeah, because the first one they mentioned Poseidon. I was like, oh, is it this like a clear bomb type of thing? But now that the other ancient weapon is called Poseidon, I'm like, oh, so they're named after Roman gods.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, maybe it's not a nuclear. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. Like, this is where theories begin. What do you think they are?
I have no idea now. I also, at the very, very beginning, was like, maybe One Piece is a skyship so everyone can, like, travel the world faster. And obviously that's not it now.
Yeah, because there's already been a skyship.
Right? I don't know.
Hot chickens. Yeah. I guess we can, like, wrap up and then talk about, like, theories and stuff. And
yeah, for sure.
Because, finally, like, Nami and the rest of the crew are like, all right, finally, we can grab the gold and leave and like scramble. Like, they have a huge bonfire in the dam. It's like, all right, while everyone's sleeping, we're gonna grab the gold and we're gonna run.
Yeah, and the people
are running away. People are like, hey, this pillar from the bell fell off. It's got a bunch of gold on it. We should give it to them as thanks.
Yeah.
And running after them with it, and like, wait, don't you want to take the gold with you? And I think only Robin is the one who knows, and it's just like, yeah, just leave them.
Yes, they don't want it.
They don't want it.
And then they run away, basically. And Conus and Pagaya like show them where they can go and like safely leave.
And they get a big old octopus.
Yeah, an octopus balloon.
And they just like parachute down slowly.
Oh. Yeah, it was. I wasn't sure how that would end, but yeah, it's just octopus.
Yeah.
And I assume that they land in the ocean after that, but we'll find out next time, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the end of Skypiea. I mean, there is like a filler arc in the anime where the octopus comes back. You find out that Luffy just stuffed it in his pants and he just holds onto it.
What?
But that's not canon, but it is pretty good. Use the parachute again. Yeah, G8 filler arc is one of everyone's favorite filler arcs. It's like the only one that people are like, this could have been canon, but it's not.
So yeah, it was a lot of chapters, but it was really fun. A lot happened, and it established a lot. Like, everybody got to do their own. I felt like shine a little bit. Perhaps.
Feels very classic One Piece. Like, just I feel like everything comes together really well in it. And it's interesting because it's in terms of its pacing, I feel like it's kind of similar to the last arc. Like when you kind of break things down, it's like, oh yeah, they get like split up and they each fight like the antagonists, like henchmen, and then Luffy like encounters the final boss, but then doesn't defeat the final boss immediately until he has to do something to get back to the final boss like after. It's very similar to the way Alabasta did that too. Obviously different, but it's like pacing was similar. But I know, again, because I've read it and also Zeitgeist stuff, I know the pacing isn't the same like continuously. So it's good that he mixes it up. But at the moment, it's like, hey, this is a good like formula for One Piece's like storytelling.
Yeah. I was gonna say it just felt very like what I expect from. Okay.
Oh, it's so fun. And I do really like Enel. I think he's a cool antagonist. Like as like kind of silly as he is in the end, he's like, I love how it's so different from Crocodile, because I feel like Crocodile was more like intimidating because he was like big bad boss guy. But I think I remember mentioning to you guys that I really liked how Crocodile wasn't like just sitting in his throne letting everyone else do shit. He was like actually up and fighting a lot, and it was like making himself intimidating. I feel like Enel was the same way. I loved how Enel was like had like a throne, but he was never on it. He was like always like teleporting and messing with people. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, he was kind of a big troll though. He was like, yeah, you can't touch me. Like,
yeah,
Crocodile would have just like actually like murdered the people.
I like that. Yeah, I kind of like that though. It made,
but like
Enel...
he was like toying with them. He's like, you can't touch me anyway. I'm so powerful.
Yeah, there was a very, very pompous energy to Enel, but I think it's kind of like he had like the abilities to back it up a little bit. Like it was pretty intimidating when you like the first thing you saw was like the giant, lightning beam just vaporize somebody. It's like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen. Also, I don't know if we really talked about it, but pretty much every main character survived in this the ending of this. Every character that might have had a tease death ended up being alive at the end, and I was like, how the hell? Even like I'm remembering, but I guess I was wrong. I love that scene when like Konus's dad or grandpa, when you think he's dead, and then like everyone's like reacting to it, and he's just one of the reactions in the line, and they're like, wait, what?
They get mad at him for surviving. They're like, you're supposed to be dead.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of like how I kind of felt. I was like, oh, they're really not killing him. Like they're just like
they should have left him dead. They should have left that guy.
I hate that guy.
I don't hate him, but I mean, like, he had a nice, beautiful death.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, there is
just
a point.
Like cheapens it,
There is I know that a lot of shonen artists kind of feel like they maybe don't want to add a lot of death because it's still like technically a kid's thing. But I do kind of know that changes a little bit in this series. Like just they're more comfortable but getting a little darker, I guess. But yeah, we'll see.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing it, first let's give our star and Slug ratings.
I guess we can just do the whole. Well, I don't know. Do you want to separate Jaya and?
I don't think you can really separate them because Jaya.
Yeah, they're so connected.
Jaya's
if you rate
like
Jaya,
intro.
like Jaya's not that much. It is pretty satisfying.
Yeah, but they are like.
You kind of need to read Skypiea to like fully enjoy Jaya.
Yeah, it doesn't really end. It only just leads into Skypiea.
Yeah, it's like such a build-up arc.
Yeah. Okay, then we can just do Sky Island as. One is up.
Star is subjective.
Yeah, I think star is subjective.
Slug is objective.
Objective.
Yeah.
Star is yep, that's exactly what I have written.
Yeah. Star is how much we like the arc personally. Slug is how much you should read the arc.
Yeah. Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Not me, because I'm the most experienced.
Yeah.
One.
I'll go first, since I'm in the line first. I probably give the star rating Probably an 8. I like it. I definitely really like it. Like, I don't know if I like it as much as Alabasta, but it's very good. It's better than I remembered it being, because I remember it being slow, but I think because I was watching the anime for part of it, I think the manga's way better for this arc. I forgot how much good lore there is. And then objective, I probably an 8 also, I guess. I know some people have problems with how like secluded this arc is, kind of, but I don't think that should be an actual negative. It seems a little silly, but yeah, I mean it's real solid. It's fun and fantastical. It's just kind of like everything that One Piece is good at. Period.
I guess we can. For me, I think I'm pretty similar. I think objectively, it's maybe an 8.5. Yeah, I think, because when it started, I really wasn't sure where it was going, and I thought that things were maybe going to drag out too far, but it really didn't. It actually tells a pretty succinct story, even if it is 88 chapters. It's still like it's one long for One Piece. And it was just really entertaining the whole way through. The flashbacks make you have a lot of context, which I enjoyed. I like I said earlier, I think every character gets a moment to shine, and it felt like that's how One Piece should be. So I thought it was nice. I think the objective rating, the Slug rating, I don't know. I guess maybe. I guess 8. I don't know. I think it's worth reading. It's really fun, and I think if you like all the One Piece characters, you can it. So yeah, I have also heard tell you to skip it, but maybe tell you to skip the or I'm not sure.
I mean, I think people just really want to get through it. So it's like, if you're really strapped on time and you really want to get caught up, I guess you can skip this one if you really want to, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, because I have a couple of friends who said it's their favorite arc in all of One Piece. And I was like, wow, okay. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I still liked it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Your turn.
Alrighty. Star rating, I'm going to say, I'm gonna give this a solid 9. I'd say. It took the elements from a lot of elements from Alabasta, which is never a bad thing. Like you said, Dawn, he realized that it was a good format and went with more of it. So, and also I loved how much more slapstick comedy was placed in it. It worked very well. And I like how it all tied in. So I would highly recommend it. But the Slug rating is the recommendation. I would just say it was very good and I liked it a lot. Slug rating, yeah, I'd say keep it at a 9. If I had to explain to somebody how Oda is from my point of view right now, if I want to explain in a simple sense, because I'm sure down the line, like you guys told me before, it gets very intricate and fine, yet it weaves itself back. If I had to give somebody a simple instruction on how Oda writes his mangas at this point, I would say either Alabasta or Skypiea. So I would definitely, I'll keep them both at 9.
Yeah, definitely up
for
there.
me, I think I'd also probably give it an 8.5 star rating. I really enjoyed this arc. This arc is really fun. It has some problems. It has some moments which get pretty confusing, or it's I don't know where it's going. And there's a lot of moving parts to it that it doesn't always feel like it's the most planned out. A lot of the parts do come together at the end, but then it's how did Luffy get into the snake?
Yeah, I don't know.
How did Chopper and Gunfall get saved?
There's a lot
at the altar?
There's a lot of conveniences.
Yeah, there's a lot of plot convenience there.
Yeah, definitely.
But it does, for the most part, come together really well. It is a really beautiful world. a lot of good world building, a lot of good like technology building, magic system building. Excellent. For Slug ratings, this might be a hot take, but you shouldn't skip Skypiea.
Should not.
I think a lot of people say skip Skypiea because the next saga is like the best saga, and they just need to get to that one faster.
Yeah.
But I will actually say Skypiea might be like a 10 out of 10 Slug rating. Like, you could start the series here if you really wanted to. If you've never read One Piece, this is not a bad place to start. You get like nice world building, you like learn the magic system, and it's a really interesting world. And because this island is like the first real fantastic, we had dinosaurs before in like desert land, but this is like a freaking floating island in the sky. Like, I think this is actually an excellent place to start.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Oda is crazy. His brain is crazy, but it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood that. I heard that so many times that you could skip Skypiea, and I was always like, did we read the same thing?
Yeah. I will say, like, again, I think a lot of this is based on people's like notion of like what they think is like shonen manga cool. Like, oh, okay, Skypiea doesn't have Robin versus the one dude is really good. Enel versus Luffy is good, but a lot of the other fights are pretty forgettable. So that's okay, because the world building is excellent.
Yeah, exactly.
Characters and like goofs are excellent, and the like history is excellent. Like the lore is excellent.
So fun. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
But like, if you're looking for like the best like shonen anime fight scenes, and you're looking for like the coolest, strongest characters, this is not the best for that. Everything else is
right.
This is it's me. Okay, so predictions for where do you think we're going next time? Because the next arcs will be 2. It's kind of a weird place to cut between them, but like, unless you guys want to read like over 100 chapters, do that. Next is going to be 303 to
probably chapters.
Yeah, 303 to 374.
Okay, that's
all right.
Similar to how much we read this time.
Yeah. That will cover Long Ring, Long Land, and Water 7.
Yeah, if there's any arc you could skip, why is it this one and not the next one?
Yeah, Long Ring, Long Land is super skippable, but
it's funny. You'll like it. It's got a lot of funny creatures in it.
Okay,
Long Ring, Long Land is okay. This is another hot take of mine. It's not that bad. It's a good breather arc between like two really good arcs. But the reason you love the saga is never Long Ring, Long Land. Water 7 saga is like badly because of like Water 7.
Yeah, so we're doing Water. Okay, so we're doing
Long Ring, Long Land.
I feel like
Water 7, and then after that we'll do Enies Lobby and post Enies Lobby.
I feel like Enies Lobbies. Yeah, there's like a post Enies Lobby arc. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there's actually 4 arcs in Water 7. You only remember like Water 7 and Enies Lobby, but no, there's Long Ring, Long Land in here too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Water 7's so good.
Water 7 and Enies Lobby are my favorite.
I mean,
that's 71 chapters. That's like 15 less. Not so bad this time.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. Oh man, you guys are gonna read my like part of my like favorite saga. Like, this is my favorite saga.
Yeah, so there are some peak moments in Enies Lobby. I'm very excited for that part.
Yeah. Okay, I'm excited.
Okay, what predictions do you have for a place called Long Ring, Long Land in Water 7? Hear your predictions. Those of you who have them.
Yeah. Oh, I have some predictions.
I think maybe it's going to be
please,
maybe
you know.
it's a very thin strip and it's just very long.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Only thing I could think of
Not that
long
far-fetched.
strip on land. All I think is like an amusement park, but I don't think. I don't know.
If it's long land and it actually is long, then I kind of want like a park or like a racing theme. Because racing sounds funny. If it's lighthearted, you know, like contests.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what happens if it did like boat racing?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Going there and keep up.
Longship makes me think of like a drag strip.
Okay, this is not spoilers because it's not canon. But there is actually a One Piece movie that is literally just wacky races.
Really?
Yeah. I can't show you guys. I can't show you guys right now because there's so many spoiler characters. It's a terrible movie. It's literally just cameos. The movie. It's terrible.
Okay. Cue it up. Do it.
When does it take place?
Like definitely past like the time skip that happens. Like,
oh, really?
Way,
past the time skip? Oh my god.
It's like all these characters have their own shit. Like Waffle, I think, shows up and stuff.
My god.
I see.
Oh, I did like all the in-between chapters with Wapol. That was funny when he became like a toy maker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. I was like, what's going on? And
then, we didn't talk about the like little cover stories.
A lot of them at the
garbage.
An Ace hangs out the farm girl or whatever.
Yeah, and he a lot of the panels were just drinking a lot of bitter coffee at the end there.
Yeah, that was.
But it was so cute because it was like he meets the like little girl and then she gives him a letter, and at first I thought it was a love letter, but then no, it's a letter to her parents and is her dad in the Marines, and they're drinking bitter coffee. And then they find out he's Fire Fist Ace because he just went in to like eat their food, and then he leaves. Yeah. And then he comes back to give him the letter, and the letter's to come. And he add the milk to the coffee, and it's so wholesome. It's not bitter anymore.
It's so funny.
I don't know about Waffle's story though. Waffle's stories were funny.
Capitalism.
Yeah. I love his face though when he like is reacting to like winning all these awards. He's like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm succeeding.
Yeah, I'm succeeding.
I'm falling up somehow.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be back for the wacky races.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, I don't want to go too much longer just because we've 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hold on. Does February 7th work for everyone?
February 7th? Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fine, I think.
Okay. So next month.
Should be good.
Okay.
I'll try not to read it try not to remember to read it the night before this time.
I'm sorry.
Like school assignments.
I'm so sorry to both of you.
I can't.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like
Toto
is seeing exactly. I'm sure Toto
try not to
exactly
read ahead because we're ending like on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be weird. Yeah,
it's gonna be a weird. It's a weird place to cut it unless you want to read like 100 chapters. Because you can go up to like 430. Which is when Enies Lobby ends, but like...
Wow.
I'm sure Toto is seeing exactly what kind of student I was where I read the chapters like the night before.
Fair enough. I mean, I also messed up the schedule, so I can also take the blame.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. I literally was just like not thinking. I was like, it was like on my. I like always like make like lists of shit to do, and it was like on my list.
Homework is manga. How can you be late?
That's true.
But you know, it's not too. That's how, for some reason, I'm thinking of the One Piece assignment right now. So I'm going back to my college days of just procrastinating.
It's a lot. If it wasn't so much, it feels daunting in the long run because you're like, oh, 75 chapters. It's like,
right.
For me, it's like I have to hold myself back from reading it all in one day.
Yeah.
Like I love this arc.
Was really enjoying it. I was pissed at myself because I was really enjoying it when I was reading it, but I was like, I just don't have the time. I was like, I'm really enjoying this, but like I'm not a fast enough reader to read, the rest of these chapters before we start, which is unfortunate. But next time, it was on my list of stuff to do, but I just kept putting it off, and then like I forgot about my list, and then like I was like, oh, that's Tuesday. Oh no.
At least I mean you're here and you talked about it.
And like I said, I'm not as stressed about it because I have experienced these before. I just need like a refresher. So especially Water 7 and Enies Lobby especially, and I've definitely watched like the moments of that arc so many times now that I know exactly what happens. So I'm still gonna read it because I don't think I've ever read it. So I think I'm gonna definitely read it with you guys, obviously. But it'll be
people consider Enies Lobby like peak One Piece.
All right, I'm looking.
It's real good.
It's
I'm trying not to overhype it, but like I can't undersell how excited I am.
Oh,
there's just the character writing in that part is so good. It's got like my favorite, like mix of.
Everything in that arc is so good. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, oh, the backstories, the lore building, and also is very good for
the like comedy and also the way the land structures and stuff.
Yeah, and the grander picture of One Piece there is very cool. It's like it really sets up like the whole world, in my opinion. So it's exciting. I'm overhyping it. You should be excited.
I am excited.